Sorry, everyone. Well, Winters got dropped yet again, unfortunately. I have told my ISP about this problem, but they just keep on telling me that it's not from their side, that it's as always my fault. So, Twidno, are you still in game?
Yeah, I'm still in game. Looks like it's going to be wrapping up fairly soon here. Valentine is up around 50 supply now, and he has taken out all but the main base of the Terran player.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we should be closing this out fairly soon here. I'll just let you know when it's done.
Okay.
You can probably prep us up for our next game.
Yep, I'm already doing that now, Twitch, and we should be back. And guys, I'm very sorry about that. I really don't know what the problem is. I'm not using a router and not anything. It's just the cable comes straight from the socket into the computer, and then randomly I just get disconnected.
Have you tried using a different cable?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so the issue is definitely from their end, but they will of course never admit that.
Nope, absolutely correct there.
All right, so Big Noobs was able to defend for now, but he's got a long way ahead of him as Valentine's going for a follow-up to the attack I was discussing just a few
Mm-hmm.
seconds ago. Yeah, looks like he will take out another base here, and things just not looking too good for him.
That is very unfortunate, but we do see, I believe Valentine will move into the next round in his first MENA Cup appearance, so that's a good on him.
Yeah, he is finally. Yeah, he has taken out all but the main base now. So, Big Noobs is only on one mining base, which is almost mined out. Valentine's on three mining bases. He's got almost all his tech up now, and yeah, the supply variance is about 50 or so. So, um, not really much to say here. Valentine will be finishing his opponent off very soon, probably with the next wave of attacks.
Okay, and I just would like to give everyone breaking news. Team Liquid has given us streaming rights for SC2 MENA, so SC2 MENA stream will now be listed as well on the right-hand side.
Right, great
Yay!
news, winners. Thanks
Just
again
then.
for another win for the
Thank you.
team.
Thank you. No, thank you. Please, Twidno. Thank you.
Not very humble, are you? In any case, have you secured us our next game yet?
Yes, Dan Cake versus Breach, or also known as Overstrike.
Okay, so that should be a good game. A little bit early to have both these players face off, but at least that'll guarantee us good games in almost all the
Yeah,
rounds.
absolutely. So has Valentine secured his?
He has secured a fourth now.
Okay.
We see Big Noobs is trying to go out, I think, with just one last final ditch effort. Um, Going for a massive drop actually, so we'll see if this pays off. He actually had a nice attack earlier on,
Mm-hmm.
the Terran player that is, where he dropped some units in the main, luring in all the Zerg units back, and then going and sniping out one of the bases. So that was a nice little move by him, and looks like he's trying to repeat the same thing now. Let's see how successful he will be this time. But I don't think so, man. Valentine's not gonna fall for this for it again, as he has Ultralisks now, Roaches, Banelings, Zerglings, about every single unit in the Zerg textbook, and Big Noob's army is all but wiped out, and he does call the GG. So it's
Okay.
a 2-win victory for Valentine.
2-0.
Yep.
2-0. Yeah. Okay. So I guess you should be invited momentarily back into the game, as I will um, just update the bracket real quick here. I'm already in the lobby with Dan, and I'm gonna report the score. So 2-0 for Valentine. Good on him. He will face off against the one and only uh,
Who is it, winners? We are waiting.
Tweak.
All right. Okay, so I'm in the game, ready to go.
I'm ready to go too. I will just put the stream online. Yes, so it's online at Team Liquid as well. So we're ready to go here. So, GSL Daybreak it is once again, and well, Dan actually playing as Protoss. Is he contemplating a switch? I have disconnected. Yay!
Have you?
Yeah, I got dropped.
All right. I'll just ask the guys to restart the game.
Wow. Battle.net really hates me today.
Seems like it winners, but not a big problem as it's only the beginning of the game. We'll get right back into it very soon.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there is a really annoying sound in the stream. I think that is, do you have any phones or anything near your headset, Twidnu?
I do have my phone here. Do you think that's causing the interference?
Yeah, a bit. Could you just maybe move it away a bit?
Sure.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's better now?
Oh, perfect. It's all gone now. Thank you very much for that. So. So.
Alright, let's hope it goes fine this time, winners. Please stay with us as the countdown has begun.
I know.
We are back on GSL Daybreak. It will be a PVT. Dan, of course, if you guys are not aware, is a previous winner of this cup, and he's usually a Terran player. So to see him off race in Protoss, not sure if he's going to do a permanent switch or if it's just for the sake of this game. We'll find out. Probably ask him after the game. But in any case, introductions are in queue. How about you do it this time, winners?
Oh, me? Okay, starting in the right, on the right hand side of the map, in the only possible spawning position, it is the Lebanese powerhouse Dan Cake. His opponent in red, on the other side of the map, it is Matt, also known as Breach or Overstrike. So he's going to be facing off against Dan, who, as you mentioned, is a previous winner. He's also the winner of the SC2 MENA Cup season #1. He's up in Masters, and well, he plays on a MacBook Pro.
That still blows my mind every time I hear it, winners. To think, all the players are too focused on making sure they have the proper gaming gear and getting the most out of their equipment. And here we have Dan, owning it up on a MacBook Pro. I can only imagine what this guy can do with proper gear, man.
Yeah, so we shouldn't give him proper gear. Is that what you're
Probably
saying?
not. Yeah, probably not. I can only imagine the damage he'll do. In any case, we see that the Terran Matt has decided to wall off at the front, something we don't usually see much of in this matchup. And ideally, this would be the time when he takes his gas geyser. So I'm guessing maybe a 1-Rex into command center, winners.
Yeah, I would think so as well. But the probe being a bit annoying here, and it will spot the fact that there are no gases just yet. So is Dan gonna maybe put on a bit of pressure, or is he just gonna take a Nexus himself? We shall see.
We actually do see a lot of matches where both players will go for a second base before building any unit structure. So because of the long distance between the maps, that is actually a very viable choice, given that you are aware of what your opponent is doing and are sure that no rush is your way.
Absolutely, the SCV is at the natural, and voila, there's the command center. And we should see the bunker here at the front for defensive purposes, and oh my god, there it is.
You can see the future winners, as you have proven to us time and time again. We will most likely see the Terran follow this up with a couple more racks. We do see the second one on the way. Probably a third one will be coming up shortly, as we see that Dan has finally taken his Expo. Not much is happening here. We do have one stalker out on the field, and a sentry will be following shortly. Warp gate tech is being researched, probably the most important tech in the game for the Protoss race. And I don't know, not much really happening, as we see the Terran now taking two more, taking both his gas geysers at the main, and following it up with that third Rex, as I predicted earlier.
Absolutely. And as there's a bit of downtime, I would like to make one big announcement. I don't know how many of you guys have heard, but do you know who Scarlet is?
Uh, I did come across the name, yes.
Scarlet, she's a top 10 Grandmaster, I believe, from NA.
Okay.
And she is at IPL 4, and she took out like Boom Boom Prime, I believe, and she's been owning it up all the way.
Oh wow, so actually, just to cut you off here, looks like one pesky stalker has made his way to the Terran main, has actually stopped almost all mining at the main, and this is what happens when you don't have any units at the towers to see what's coming. Dan, of course, did more than enough of that stalker, was able to see exactly what the opponent was doing. Oddly enough, we haven't seen the Terran player make use of any of his Vespene gas yet. We don't have any tech labs on any of the racks. Nothing really being done here except for marine production, as we see Dan now dropping his robotics facility. And things looking... I mean, I don't know. What does it look like from here for you?
Well, it looks like a 3-gate robo into expand, but he's already taken the Nexus earlier because he did see that his opponent went for a a fast expand as well. Though, like you pointed out, the mats does not have any of the towers, and that's something I would like him to change. Information is so vital in this game, as now we see Dancake moving out here again with 3 sentries and 2 stalkers. Maybe he just wants to posture a little bit out on the map, as he is generally a pretty safe player. He wants to get that beastly unit combination of whatever his tech route might be. The observer is coming out, and what do you think it's gonna be? Do you think we're gonna see a Twilight Council? Are we gonna go for Colossi? What do you
I'm
think
guessing Colossi winners. I think Colossi will be the name of the game for the Protoss player this time around, and that's always a great choice, man. Colossi do incredible amount of damage. They have the great range, and it usually forces a lot of Vikings out of the Terran player, and turns it into kind of a little micro game where the Terran tries to position his Vikings in the appropriate location to be able to do as much damage to the Colossi before they essentially take out all his units.
Okay, now we see another sign of a great player here. Dan getting 2 observers. He really wants to know what is going on. Observers, well, they do cost quite a bit. No, actually, I'll take that back. They are 25.75, so I'll definitely take that back. They do not cost that much, and the amount of information they give you is so great that I think they should be made a bit more expensive. If you have maybe 1, 2, 3, or even 4 observers out on the map, you'll know exactly what your opponent is doing. You can follow drops, you can follow Marines, you can follow pretty much anything, and it is definitely an underused unit, as I do not see it being used properly.
The only thing, Winner, sorry to interrupt, but the
Please.
only thing about the observer is that, if you spend too much time building observers,
Correct.
That means you will have less robotics units on the field. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Every observer you build is 1 less Immortal or 1 less Colossi, or, well, it's not exact a 1-to-1 ratio, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why we see a lot of Protoss players are not, reluctant to produce more than 1 or 2 observers. But like you said, it's definitely an underused unit. They, essentially give you vision of anything you want in the map. So One thing I would like to see though is that Dan does not seem like he has any plans to take a third. I mean, he's building, continuing to build immortals. He's getting his upgrade set, whereas Matt has actually built his third command center. He hasn't moved it out yet, but he is building 3 SCVs at a time and dropping 3 mules. So
Well, what
his
I
economy should be doing fairly well.
but what I do like to see here is Matt splitting up his units. I want him to take a few units, yeah, exactly, into the main, and a few to the natural. You want the Protoss to split up his army because combined the army is strong, but if you do allow the Protoss to be split together, his units are weakenized. Now we see the drop here in the main, stemming his Marines and taking out
And at the
3-4
same time, he's
zealots.
moving with a few units to the front. But look at Dan; he's got his units positioned in ideal location, defending both places at the same time. So Dan will be able to was able to clear out the drop, and now will be able to take out all these units in the
Yeah.
front. So great attempt by Matt, but even better defense by Dan.
But now
And
he's gonna come back here, Matt, again, and Immortals aren't that great against Marines, and now there should be another stem. There are 2 medevacs there, so there's a lot, but he should get out of there. He's done a lot of damage. He shouldn't throw away all these units, and I think there was a great...
that was a good trade. At
Yeah.
least, I mean, the drop. I think it would have been wiser to try and to feint the front. Maybe stem in, get a few hits in and try to move back. Unfortunately, he sacrificed all the units in the front to get that drop going. So, that could have been a little bit better, but still very well done by Matt.
Yeah, but now we see Dan here moving out. He's getting his third right now. And maybe he even wants to push upgrades.
But no robotics bay winners. That's the surprising thing so far. I mean, I really did think that Colossi was the name of the game, but as we see now, looks like no Templar Archives are also on the way. So looks like it will be Archons, maybe some Storm as well, to kind of show us what kind of unit composition Dan is going for.
Yeah, so the destructible debris here in the middle of the map has been taken out, and now...
We have a possible engagement here,
yeah,
winners.
here,
Units
nice.
stepping in, and Dan caught a little bit off position, but good force fields are able to stop the Terran from moving a little bit forward. And I think that'll be it for that engagement. As
the
both players
luckiest
did
probe
trade a
ever.
few blows. Yeah. Dan also taking his third now. Of course, Matt did have his command center built a little bit earlier, so he will start mining there a little bit sooner. His resources, at least his minerals, are getting a little bit higher than he would like, I'm sure. Tell us what the upgrades are looking like for both players, winners.
Well, Tutu just about to finish here for Dan. Cake, Storm is on the way, and Blink is gonna finish, and this drop is absolutely doomed. And there it goes. That's a lot of supply, but was this a decoy? Now look at this here. Matt stemming in. All the units are gone, and what is he going to do? He's going to go for the pylon. He should just go for the Nexus here.
Yeah, definitely should go straight for the Nexus. Looks like he will be able to take it off.
He's going to get sandwiched. He's going to lose probably all his units here.
The question is, winners, was it worth it?
No, absolutely. He should have at least picked up a few units, and oh no, though he's gonna snipe a few Templars though here at the back, getting rid of one and forcing 2 of them to
So maybe
merge.
that changed your mind now?
Well, absolutely no, because looking at the units, the resources lost tab before, it was greatly in Matt's favor, but now Dan has tied it up. There's a proxy forward pylon here at the top as well, and I think Dan knows that he's done a lot of damage to his opponent, and he wants to maybe make a move on the 30, as we already have a few zealots here pushing in.
Yeah, I think this counterattack will be too much for Matt to handle. I don't think he will lose his third, but this other army for Dan moving down the middle, I think Matt sees it though with that floating factory, so he will be able to move his units back. And winners, although I'm reluctant to say it, but Matt taking out that third, and keep in mind that he had his third earlier, might be a good thing, but it's going to be all about how he can defend this counterattack, and I think he might just do it, winners. He has his units stemmed and a good concave and pushing all the Protoss units back.
And now though, Matt, again, he's going to lose another drop here, and yes, so that's another dropship biting the dust here. Dan warping in a few zealots here as he knows his opponent is following him. More SCVs should go down at Matt's third. Supply is absolutely tied though. Dan Cake has the upgrade advantage as 2-2 was just started by Matt and 3-3 is already halfway done. And yeah,
Look at
here
this, winners. Matt is completely ignoring the Zealot attack, and it looks like he wants to go for the win here. He's going to go after that
But
third once again.
where are the High
Do you think it's a
Templars?
good choice? I think it might not be such a good choice, as Dan has a reasonably good unit composition, and I think has a better defensive posture than what Matt can do about
I
it.
know there are just not enough units there, especially there are a few High Templars there at the back. They do have energy here. There are 5 of them, so 1 storm each. And, well,
They would take out almost anything, winners.
exactly. Now, Dan, though, he's mining a lot more. 56 harvesters for Matt. Only we do have the Ghost Academy and the huge SCV transfer as well. Morbius reactor, but I cannot see where is the Ghost Academy. Oh, it's at the natural in a funny kind
Oh,
of
and
position.
missed storms actually
Yeah.
by Dan. We have a big engagement in the middle. He is able to clear out all the entire army, and he's actually about 15 supply ahead. So Dan's counterattack might actually work out for him this
Yeah,
way, as
he-
Matt really needs to try and engage this properly. He can't let the Protoss get up the ramp. If the Protoss
No.
is able to move up, then it'll be infinitely difficult for him to defend.
And well, Dan probably wants to take out that third. Maybe I don't agree with Matt sending off another dropship here. He's already down in supply, and he needs those units. And the SCVs need to repair those medevacs there, as he is super uber saturated at his third.
Yeah, definitely another command center should be in the works, and I'm actually surprised Matt isn't trying to scout out the hidden pylon where all these zealots are constantly coming from. As
And now this is going to be an
we see
SCV
him-
barbecue.
Yeah, then Matt really needs to do a little bit better about defending this. Maybe a bunker would be worth it, as Dan's plan actually worked. He got Matt's entire army to go off position.
now the
to defend
storms.
third, and he's
1,
able to go up
2,
the ramp, and look at all these
3,
storms, winners.
4. And that should be it. And now feedback on all of them. No energy to heal, and they will be morphed into Archons. The Zealots tearing through the natural, and Matt, well, Dan
I mean, the
showing.
supply count says it all. 89 supply to 146 for the Protoss. He will lose his natural. Man, the storms, man, they do a lot of damage, man, to the Bioforce.
Yeah.
And Dan with the upgrade advantage on 3-3, whereas the opponent is, I think, still on 2-2. So we have Dan with the upgrade advantage, and now with the economic advantage, as he has secured a fourth. Matt with only 2 mining bases. One is extremely oversaturated, and I think this is just probably the end for our Terran friend here.
Yeah, absolutely. Stemming here, the Archons will tank substantially. Immortals at the bank, at the back, dishing
At
it
the teller,
out.
winners?
Yeah,
They-
at the teller. And there's the GG here. So, game number 1 goes to Dan Cake against Matt. Wow.
Yes, very back and forth game, quite entertaining, I think. Don't really want to say much to criticize Matt's play. He did have some good ideas. Kind of, I feel like he tried to force the drop play. Looked like he could have been, better off without it. I mean, that first drop was good, but all the ones after it were denied. So, if something doesn't work for you, don't force yourself onto it. He had a few good engagements. I loved how he took out the third, but ultimately he fell for the same trick. Dan sent a few zealots, which lured the entire army back to the third, giving him the chance to go up the ramp. And once the Protoss player is able to reach the top of that ramp, it becomes very, very difficult for the Terran to do anything about it. And as we saw, some great storms were able to secure the win for Dan, as we will be heading to a game number 2 very shortly here.
Unfortunately, I don't think our defending champion is here. Light seems to be absent for some reason, which is a real shame, as he was our winner last year, and now, well, he won't be able to defend his title, that's for sure, as we both wait on Matt to choose his map. So, good matches so far, and let me just, I'm just going to quickly alt-tab here. Gonna have a look at the wonderful brackets. Where are you? There you are. So, Nesquik, well, he did take out Ralphie 2-0, and well, I will be giving Nesquik the walkover, Light, because Light is simply not here.
Alright, winners, we are waiting for you to
My
join the game.
bad, my
We're
bad.
waiting to start game number 2 here between Dan and Matt. Um, Definitely more entertaining than our first game.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, good on us, good on the viewers. Okay, so we got everyone in the room here. Just make sure everyone is ready, and we should be good to go.
Yeah. So yeah, the countdown has begun as I quickly alt-tabbed once more to um, give the Nesquik the win, but
So we have a repeat of the first series winners, where we started off with GSL Daybreak and went on to play on Chakras Plateau. So welcome back everyone to game number 2 of this TVP. I am Tuidnu, and joining me as always is my good friend Winners, and we are back on Chakras Plateau. We have on the bottom right corner our player from Lebanon, off racing this time, usually a Terran, but this time spawning as the purple Protoss. It is Dan Cake, and over on the bottom left side, his opponent from the first game showed us a very entertaining set of tactics and strategies. It is the blue Terran Matt.
absolutely. Now we see a bit of a back and forth here between Matt and Dan as they're arguing if a Daybreak is not a nice map for Terrans to drop on. Actually, I like dropping on Daybreak. I think there is way enough space for dropships to hide and
Winners,
to.
you're too busy double raxing everyone and proxy raxing everyone to ever reach the point where you need to drop. So
I do actually because
I wouldn't take the
sometimes.
word. I wouldn't take your word for it.
How dare you? No, but sometimes it does get held off. My little two racks, kind of sneaky business, especially on Shakura's plateau here, behind the bush, just below the natural, where no silver player ever scouts. It is absolutely wonderful. But yeah, let's get back to the game here. Matt versus Dan. Matt, though, he's going to get his ceremonial barracks at the top of the ramp to start the wall off, and he even lets the probe into his supply depot. But yeah, do you think Dan is gonna change it up maybe this map? Go for Colossi, because Colossi are wonderful on this map. A lot of areas, especially in the middle, just to walk up onto the high ground, walk up here at the natural, harass the SCV line, or even coming through the back door here. We've seen it all, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean those the Colossi, of course, can actually walk from one end of the map to the other, just pass through the turn and reach the other base. I do actually think that Dan will go for Colossus Tech this time around. It just suits this this map very well. I'm actually surprised at how well Dan is playing as Protoss. If you've seen his Terran, his Talon play, he's actually one of the best players in the MENA region. So to see him actually do extremely well as Protoss is, something incredible, I think, to say the least. And winners, looks like Matt has taken a page out of your book, as we do see.
But
Second hidden Rex, but unfortunately he's rallied his units
back, yeah.
Very odd choice, and
And
it actually would have been
no,
a great choice had you went ahead with it, as Dan did go for a very quick Nexus off one gate.
yeah, I don't know what the plan was here. Either no gas, because especially if I'm playing against Protoss, I want to get those two Marauders, a concussive shell in there, and yeah, that kind of is kind of funny because he's already floating a lot of minerals there. Well, at least he was for a second, but now there goes his command center. So maybe he just wants to get a few more units out this time. Maybe a bunker definitely, and put on some
We do see a few
pressure.
Marines moving out now. So looks like he does want to apply some pressure. Probably would have been better to have those units sent out a little bit earlier,
Is that
especially
the
with that.
SCV train?
No, that's the. Oh, it is an SCV train. Well, not all the SCVs, but
Oh, the
definitely
stalker
enough
here.
to make it a train. So Stalker actually caught a little bit off guard. Uh, Dan was able to micro it in time, so no health damage has been taken off, just the shield damage so far. But Dan really doesn't have much to winner, so Matt can actually do a lot of damage with this if he bunkers up, which he is doing now just outside the Protoss Natural.
Yeah, so he needs to get his SCV. Probes are being pulled now. Probes are very good, and oh, I think Dan is gonna hold this absolutely here, not really target firing, and that bunker needs to go up, and with the Stalker at the back, and oh, Dan Cake, well, he's held this, and Matt is in a lot of trouble here.
Well, winners, trading workers for army units is actually better
The
off.
Stalker actually does go down. The bunker does finish a bit sloppy here from Dan, and now he is in a world of trouble.
Yeah, he's only got one gate, and he's trying to build an immortal now off his robo. But the question is, will he be able to get it up in 10? Matt still has one SCV. He shouldn't lose it. He needs that SCV to repair the bunker.
That Stalker.
And
You should
the
put the
Nexus is
Marine
still
though.
taking damage. Winners.
That Marine
Matt
was-
should be microing a little bit better. The thing is, winners, it's even though Matt lost a lot of Marines, trading Marines for workers this early in the game is actually better for him. So had he even not got this bunker up, it still would have been better for him. As he now loses the Stalker as well, Dan's just not up to his game this time around. He's not able to micro his units as good as he usually does. And this Immortal, man, look how much damage it does to the bunker. But the question is, winners, will we be able to save it before the Nexus is taken out?
Let's see, even the probes being pulled now, they're gonna harass, so more probes will be lost, but not that many, and Dan is safe. How many workers did Matt kill? 14, but he also lost a few. Dan managed to kill off 7, and the, well, it's pretty much even. They both have their naturals up. It's 36-36, and the game
Is the worker count the same as well?
27 to 20, 28 to 28, so we're back to square one.
Looks like it. Mules, of course, do give the Terran the slight economic advantage. Few more racks not going up for our Terran player, as well as a few add-ons. Definitely needs that tech lab for these Marauders, and looks like he's going out for round number 2 winners. He really wants to take out that Nexus.
Well, a
not
sentry's
sure
there.
how-
2 sentries are there now, so... oh
Definitely
no,
a couple
Dan's
of
moving
zealots, though. He
out now.
definitely needs a couple of zealots to try and defend against it. It looks like they will face off here at the front, as Matt is able to get a little bit of damage on these units before I think being forced to push back. An Immortal, 2 sentries, and a Stalker will definitely make short work of that Marine SCV composition. And
Well, Matt, I don't think he should have done what he did there. But let's see, there's one bunker here at the front. Maybe he should even contemplate about getting a second, though there are 2 Marauders there now. Looking
yeah,
at
I think he's safe. I think he's safe from any kind of pressure now. I think we must most likely see both players kind of put on their defensive postures here. And I'd actually like to see Dan to try and get a third, as he, I think he's in a better position to take a third now.
Really?
Yeah, I think he actually is, or at least start building a third command center, because that bunker in the front is definitely enough, at least to fight off what Dan has right now. So I think building a command center behind this might actually be a good idea. Maybe not to take the third base, but just to set himself up for the third base when he gets the opportunity to do so. And as you call it, winners, Colossi will be the name of the game this time around.
Okay, forward pylon here for Dan. 2 Immortals out though. He decides to walk back. A good decision. I think both players have taken heavy blows, especially in the early stages here of the game. Dan wants to get his Colossus out there, but he's gonna get an Immortal first though, because the bay hasn't even finished. But let's see what he's going to do. No, and only...
Winners, look at this. Matt actually going for 2 more command centers. So
bold.
investing a lot. Yeah, I think 1 command center would have been probably sufficient for the time being. 2 command centers, that's 400 minerals, which could have been spent on a little more units or an upgrade or 2. In any case, looks like he does feel confident enough in going for this kind of play. he should. I think we're probably going to see him move one of the command centers to that lower left of the center
Hmm.
position, and he definitely shouldn't be heading out. I mean, I don't know why Matt thinks that he can actually do something with this. There's way too many immortals, way too many sentries. Um,
Yeah, he's
Even
gonna get
Scan
crushed.
saw it, so he definitely shouldn't try and go for it.
Yeah, he would get crushed, and then Dan could just A move across the map. So, my God, he's actually gonna do it.
Oh no, he actually stems in,
And
and
there it is.
all the
He should
units are
pick up
trapped, and this is
and
exactly why he shouldn't have done this. Loses almost the entire force. Was able to save a few with some cute, drop play with the drop ships. And yeah, this definitely prompts Dan to probably try his luck, move out, and see what's happening in the map, trying to get some map control.
there's the
And
engagement here again.
yeah, I mean, Matt, just as we said, he was able to save some of them, loses them now, and might actually
Twin,
lose
the
both
drop,
these
the drop.
drop ships if he's not
No, no, the
careful.
drop at Dan's base.
Alright, so two medivacs full of Marines and Marauders, and he might actually do a lot of damage here as
Yeah.
he was actually able to lure Dan's units all the way towards the center, so
He should go for the Twilight Council here.
yeah, Twilight
Not the
Council, of course.
Nexus. Not the Nexus.
Uh, Nexus would have been a good idea, but even then, not all his units were hitting the same thing. Some of them were actually damaging the assimilator for some reason. In any case, this gave him enough time to secure his third, which I think is a very good thing for Met, as he really needs to try and force Dan into taking a third, and that's usually the opportunity when a Terran can really do damage to the Protoss when Protoss is trying to secure more bases.
Yeah, though he's lacking behind in upgrades, or well, he's not upgrading substantially, and now Planetary Fortress being morphed, he should definitely repair. He's gonna actually buffer a bit. Where
Oh,
are the
he's gonna lose
Vikings, though? Where are the
Yeah,
Vikings?
there are a couple of Vikings there, but he's not able to position them very well here because of the
Yeah.
Stalkers. He should probably position them just out on top of that ridge here, but
The Planetary
uh,
Fortress will finish, so
does finish, and he has more than enough SCVs to repair this, and Dan is forced to pull back. And I don't think it's a good idea for him to try and press this further. He definitely needs a few more Colossi, a few, probably a little bit better upgrades, as he is still on 0-0. I do believe the Terran player is just 1-0, so
yeah.
not too far ahead. And we have another engagement here, and Matt wasn't paying attention as not all his units were engaging, and Dan, man, he just knows how to position his units very well across the map, and
Yeah.
looks like he will be able to do some damage. Dan, yeah, looks like he definitely will
Dan
have the
has
advantage
this.
here.
As another drop is being denied here at Dan's base. Again, Matt not learning. And then here's the GG. So Matt loses in a straight 2-0 against Dan Cake off racing. So
Well, I wouldn't really call it off racing, I mean, it is technically an off race, but his Protoss is just so solid that you might as well call it his second race.
yep, I don't know how good a Zerg is. So why don't you just keep the viewers entertained for 1 second as I update the bracket, and then we talk about the game itself.
Sure thing, winners. I'll be on the lookout for those bracket updates to be able to rally that information to our viewers. All right, looks like in one of the upsets here, Light, of course, did not show up as we mentioned earlier. Light was our winner from last week, so as you can probably tell, he is one of the better players in this tournament, and he's actually one of the players who makes it to all the events. So something drastic must have happened for him to miss
Yeah.
this week. I really hope we can see him in the following weeks. So next week does get a spot in the semifinals where he will be facing off against Tweak, who took out Valentine 2-0 in a ZVZ, I believe. Bullet, of course, was our other player who made his way all the way to the semifinal, and will most likely be playing, and will actually be playing Dan for a spot in the grand final.
Yeah, I'm just okay, so Kusai actually did show up.
And
So
took out Seraphim, so
yeah, so wow, Seraphim is a good player. So Bakusa, he's a powerhouse from Saudi, and he's now, I
he's a
believe,
Zerg, I believe.
yeah, ZVZ versus Bulletproof. So
Oh, but Bullet's ZVZ is probably one of the best winners.
hmm
Kusai will be hard pressed to try and get a win out of that series. But in any case, we will have a very solid semifinal. Very solid.
yeah,
I'm not sure if it's going to be a TVZ or a PVZ, but in either case, we can probably start with our first game.
Nesquik versus Tweak. Yeah,
Yep. Let's try and get into that.
they are. Yeah, they are.
All right. So maybe we can catch game
Oh
number
no,
two.
wait, Bullet just finished with Kusai.
All right. Let's just get things sorted out here. Try and get into one of the games. So winners, I gotta ask,
Tell me.
how's your Vita going?
The Vita is doing absolutely great.
Is it getting any love from you?
Yep, it gets all the love it deserves.
Sufficient playtime?
Yeah, absolutely. We here and there when I'm just waiting,
So
I
you're a
could.
Vita PC gamer now.
Yeah, Vita. I mean, mostly that takes mostly all of my time. And let's see.
Any update on the situation?
Yeah, let me just message. So we're just hi everyone. We're just waiting to get invited to the next match here, as Bullet does has reply. Okay, so it is a done deal. Bulletproof will invite us to his match against Kusai. At least then we'll bridge the gap for the other matches. But things are moving fast. We didn't have too many players today. About 14, but still a nice healthy number.
Yep, and it's been going pretty well. I think smooth sailing. Not many issues aside from a few players not showing up. But we're already at the semifinals, so the finals probably
Oh.
won't finish as late as some of us might have expected earlier.
Oh, but never mind. It'll be Dancake versus Bullet because Bulletproof took out Kusai 2-0.
All right, so my prediction did hold true.
Mhm.
So it will be an all Lebanese semifinal here.
Again.
I'm just wondering if Dan will stick to Protoss or maybe go back to his.
I think he'll need to pull out the Terran.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, are we getting started?
I think we are. Yeah, looks like Dan is going back to his Terran roots.
Mhm.
Probably not feeling too confident with his Protoss against someone with Bullet's
Bullets.
caliber.
Yeah,
And are you ready, winners?
always. So yeah, game. This is the first semi-final. Dancake versus Bulletproof. We're back on GSL Daybreak, and this is going to be a blast. Was that your phone?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Nice ringtone. Yeah, have you been watching any IPL?
I actually haven't, which is why I was upset. One of the people at the on the channel did reveal
Spoiled?
some information, so
Yeah.
nope, I haven't watched it yet. I will try and get on it as soon as we are done with this cup.
So
All
here we
right,
are.
so here we go, winners. Welcome everyone to the 21st edition of the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup, brought to you by myself, Twidno, and winners. And we are in this first semi-final leg. It is an all-Lebanese match on the top right corner of GSL Daybreak. It is a previous winner, spawning as the Purple Terran Dan Cake, and his good friend and opponent, and also a previous winner of this cup. It is the Green Zerg Bullet.
Absolutely right. So CWC actually a German clan as far as I know, and they have a sponsor which pays them I think a bit of money. They have access to like GOM TV and a few things here and there. So good for Bullet. Though I think Dan could definitely find a clan of his own. Though I think he's very busy and he wants to get his masters in Canada as well. But if he does go to Canada, he might be able to go to a few MLGs and, play over there.
He'll definitely have a better opportunity there than he
Hmm.
does over here. And one thing I always like to point out, especially when these guys play, and they have played a lot of times before in this cup, is that other than the tournament, these guys practice with each other quite a bit as they are good friends, and so that's something which always comes into play in the dynamics of the matchup. You kind of know what your opponent's style is, what he likes to do, and I think that plays a big part. So their games have always been entertaining and always been quite close winners. So
Hmm.
I'm sure both our viewers and ourselves are in for a treat here.
Yeah, I believe Dan Cake, he is a civil engineer. He
Okay.
studied at the American University in Beirut, so good on him. And I think Bulletproof, he teaches kids how to play football. I think he's a mini football coach or something. So
All right.
yeah, just a little background information on the players here. As we see the standard, I mean the hatch first for Bullet, gas after pool. So just switching it up a little here. And well, pretty safe. I don't think anything will happen in the next few minutes unless either player pulls something out of their hat, as Dan looks to be going for the standard reactor Hellion into expand here.
That's right. That build, of course, a heavy favorite with a lot of Terrans in this matchup. The Hellions, of course, great for giving the Terran map control. And winners, is it just me, or are there many idle SCVs
Yeah,
in the
there
Terran
were.
main? There
There
were, yeah,
were.
there were a few idle SCVs
Hmm.
for quite some time. So a little bit unfortunate for Dan, as that will kind of impact his build here. Um, as he already pointed out. Um, yeah, in this high level play, every small thing counts. So when you do miss out, miss a few beats here and there, when you make actually a mistake, that's actually quite a big mistake there when you miss up your SCVs this early into the game. So yeah, in this high level play, that will have an impact, and Dan's probably feeling the heat now as his confidence level probably dropped down a notch or two.
Yeah, so let's see how many Hellions are gonna come out there. Is it just gonna be the two? Is it gonna be four? Is it gonna be something crazy like eight? Though we already see the tech lab here on the barracks. So let's see if the switching will occur or if Dan is going to. No,
Looks
so.
like he's gonna have a couple more out on the field. And back to what we were saying before
Hmm.
Dan's unfortunate mishap is that Hellions are great because, I mean, they give the Terran very good vision of what's happening in the map. They give him very good map control. They're able to take out Zerglings very, very easily, which is what the Zerg player usually uses initially to try and get map control himself. And it's actually very good in denying a possible third for the Zerg. So this is why we see a lot of Terrans feeling very comfortable with this build, and probably doing the switcheroo after this, dropping the tech lab on the factory and start with tank production.
So yeah, so it's still pumping out a few Hellions there. That's nice to see. Though Bullet, though he's getting 18 more Zerlings, so that's
This
actually.
might be a prompt. This might be telling us that he is planning some kind of attack, winners.
And no bunker here at the front, so Dan feels secure that his Hellions will hold off any Zerglings. Speed has finished, so let's see. Dan, he is really pulling out all stops now. Starport going up, another factory going up. No, sorry, it's the same factory. My bad. And let's see if there's going to be a little bit of a run by as four Zerglings do harass one of the Hellions. And yes, Dan is putting up the bunker.
Well, looks like he is not planning any kind of attack at the Zergler. That is, some kind of surprised. Bullet invested that much into that many Zerglings this early. Of course, all those Zerglings were potential drones, and for the Zergler, it's all about trying to squeeze out as many drones as possible while being able to defend. So, I'm not really sure. Now seeing that he hasn't done much with the Zerglings, I'm not really sure what his plan of attack was. As we see the Hellions finally move out after being repaired.
Oh, but the Hellions are moving out, and well, is it just going to be a run by here? And oh, there is the run by here. The supply depot at the top of the ramp does get closed off, and SCV's repairing. Hellions at the back, and yes, Bulletproof.
This will be cleaned out. Get reaction by Dan.
Yeah.
Nice little idea by Bulletproof to try and sneak his Zerglings in after the Hellions moved out. So, nice effort from him. Unfortunately, Dan was on top of his game and was able to defend quite well. As we saw that there was still one Zergling remaining
at the back, yeah.
pecking on all of those SCVs, and still no third winners. I mean, it looks like he's finally taking that third now, but 10 minutes into the game, usually you'd see Bullet take that third a little bit earlier.
He has a macro hatch already, so that's something good. And staying very Zerg heavy here. No Baneling Nest though, his plus...
Well, he has to stay Zerg heavy winners. He has no other choice.
Yeah, he doesn't have any buildings, does he?
Nope.
So again, this is sad to see from Bullet. What is his plan? I have no idea what he's doing. Though the Hellions, though, they might be caught here. Finally, no! Bullet actually letting all his Zerglings run by, and the Hellions...
Two Hellions make it back alive, winners.
And Bullet getting a round of 15 drones. You're looking at the worker count, though. 50 to 40 now, so with the mules it should just be even. Yeah, it's just about even. So 70 supply versus 70, roughly speaking.
And finally a lair, winners. So finally a glimpse of hope at Bullet possibly getting, a different tech tree, maybe going for... you think he'll go for Mutus, or will you think it's going to be maybe fast infestors?
Well, let's see. He's got 4 gases right now. Let's see if he's going to take number 5 and 6. That should give us an indication, but the Baneling Nest gives us a clear indication of what Bullet wants to do here. Does he just want to bang down the front door? Really? That crude?
I'm not sure if this will work, but the bunker is actually empty here, so Dan is not even repairing the bunker yet, so the bunker might actually be taken down, and this can actually do a lot of damage.
And look at now here, more Zerglings from the back, and 2 siege tanks going down. Siege tanks so crucial in this matchup here, and is he going to go for the other siege tank? That is so costly. 3 siege tanks going down, and wow, Bullet, wow, he turned the tide back into his favor, although the resources lost have go in his favor, but again, the
I
siege
think Dan
tanks...
should definitely leave a couple of Marines in that bunker. I mean, yeah, the bunker, might scare off a few of the Zerglings, but Bulletproof plays with them a lot, so he probably knows that there's a good chance those bunkers are empty. As we do see now, a few Marines and a couple of Medivacs make their way, but looks like they might get caught by this swarm of Zerglings, but Dan able to react quickly enough and save them, as he is now going for a drop.
Yeah, Bullet on nothing. He's not reacting to this. Bullet again wants to knock down the front, and now he actually might be in a bit of trouble here. 3 dropships, 2 full of Marines, and the third one just to continue healing. And wow, Bullet, he's gonna lose his layer here. No doubt he's losing a lot of drones as well. He might actually lose the upgrade and the spawning pool and the spire.
And look at the positioning of those Marines by Dan.
Oh my god.
Just enough to minimize the surface for those Zerglings to get a lot of damage. So Dan actually doing a lot with this attack, and
Queen should target fire these, and wow.
He's able to get out, winners, with almost all his Marines, and he was even, I think, able to scout that spire. So our initial prediction was correct that Mutas will be the name of the game for the Zerg player, and 9 Mutas now on the way, as well as the flyer attacks level 1. So Bullet will most likely try and do as much as possible with those Mutas, probably try and harass the mineral line of the Terran player, and possibly even try and do some damage at that third, as he did see the command center.
Again here, the engagement here, and now Dan, is he going to pick up that tank? Yes, he did, but again, Bulletproof keeping Dan on his side of the map. The creep threat is quite nice. And where are those mutas?
These mutas are on the way, winners, and I'm just really loving. Like I initially wasn't so sure of Bulletproof sticking to all this Zergling play, but he's done so much with it that I'm actually contemplating whether he should actually stick with them for the whole game or even bother taking up. But alas, he must, as more Zerglings now make their way towards that third. But the planetary fortress will be enough to deny this, as
Oh,
I'm not
Bulletproof
sure.
throwing away a lot of mutas here at the top in the planetary fortress, up to 30 kills. Was it worth it? I do not know. A lot of
Oh,
mutas though.
definitely winners. Definitely poor choice by Bullet. Send those Zerglings to their doom on the third, and the Mutas took a lot of damage at that main. So definitely not one of Bullet's best moments there, as Dan was kind of ready for it. He did have turrets at the correct locations,
Mhm.
and that planetary at the third was, of course, enough to deny the Zerglings much damage here, as he is now moving out towards the middle of the map with quite the marine force and a
He's
couple of
just
tanks
gonna
as well.
drop. He's just gonna drop.
And I mean, look at this, winners. Can Bullet do anything to defend against this?
Yeah, I mean he does have mutas. The mutas will.
I need to drop the tank, get the tank sieged up as soon as
Yeah,
possible, and that's a lot of marines, winners.
it's a lot of marines. Where are the mutas though? Where are they? And now here come the banelings though. The muta's gonna go for the
Oh,
drop
and Dan
ships.
kind of missing his opportunity with the micro there.
Oh,
Doesn't micro the
and
marines at all and loses that entire force.
this is gonna be
Giving
bad
Bulletproof
here.
a chance to get back into this game after losing all those Zerglings and Mutas.
Yeah, but now Bullet not knowing how many marines there really are, and all those dropships are gonna be able to go back home. So a round of 12 drones here in production. He's up to, well, 60. Did we miss something? We might have missed something here, as two lone mutas are out on the map. Thank you all for watching, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I know lots of things are on, but we're gonna stream every time we have the opportunity to promote esports and StarCraft 2 in the region. But Bullet here, I think he's in a great position. He's getting up his fourth though. Dan is building his fourth command center too.
Yeah, he definitely
Oh,
needs to. Can't stay on
and look
three
at these.
bases this long, and Mira's now again taking out the medevac with a few marines.
Two medevacs, yeah.
Two medevacs with marines, and as long as Bullet keeps maintaining this map control with the mutas, I don't think Dan can do really much to try and stop the hatcheries from going up.
No.
He definitely needs to plan something here. Maybe try to go for two pronged attack, to try and attack two places at once. Divert the Zerg army from one place to another to try and take out one of the hatcheries. Only one siege tech winner. That's definitely not enough. Well, a couple of them actually, but that's still not enough. And he is going for that fourth. So I'm actually surprised Bulletproof doesn't have anything there to scout it. Will he see it on time and be able to defend before Dan takes it out, winners?
No, I think Dan will definitely clear this up. But look at this, 21 mutas now going to go to town at that planetary fortress. The
Yeah,
turrets
not
can't
enough
do
turrets
much,
to
and
save that,
the
and no
SCVs.
Thors, no Marines, but Dan successfully takes out that fourth, so a little bit of a win for him there, but if he loses that third, then it won't really matter as much as these mutas, man. There's just so many of them, and a few Marines and a few turrets stand no
But the
chance.
bunker there is holding with the SCVs repairing, and all these mutas might
Yeah,
fall
the mutas
there. So
kind of sloppy there from Bullet after he initially had a good run with those mutas.
oh my god.
He kindly botched it there, did not pull out in time, and I think he was with 21 mutas, and he's now down to only four, I believe.
Yeah, not a good
so
trade.
17 mutas lost there, and with Dan taking out that fourth, I think he might have tipped the jar to his favor, winners.
Yeah, and again here, those mutas might just have been intercepted there, but look at this now. Ling, a Baneling here, and only one siege tank, one being sieged, and oh, where is this? Should have maybe picked up a few of these Marines, and oh, straight through, and now the Ling's coming back. Where are the mutas to pick up the dropships, though? Oh my god.
Not enough mutas, and they weren't in position, so
Yeah.
how many medivacs does Dan have? I mean, I think he might have overdone it with
12.
the medivacs, to say the
12.
least. Yeah, 12. He can probably have one medivac for each Marine. I'm actually surprised that Dan hasn't decided to build any Thors yet. With that many mutas on the field, he probably could have incorporated a Thor or two into his unit composition to be able to deal with them a little bit better. And both armies are so close to each other, and they probably don't even know it,
But now
as
here,
Mutas now do spot the Terran army,
but
and
Bullet
Bullet knows
doesn't.
that he does have access to the third.
Yeah, now here though, nice spread here, but Dan just doesn't have enough here at all. The Mutas will take care of the Marines.
Yeah, not enough siege tanks, winners. This
No.
matchup, siege tanks are vital, of course, to deal with those infestors, those banelings, those zerglings, and with only one or two siege tanks every time he moves out, it's just simply not enough. And the mutas are able to take care of anything remaining. So Bullet with definitely the clear advantage here, the better unit composition, and currently the 30 supply lead.
Yep, look, Dan Cake is running dry on minerals.
It looks like he will lose that command center, that possible fourth.
Yeah,
And yes, it does go down. And what can
think
Dan
it's-
do, winners,
it's
to get
pretty
back
much
into
over.
this? You think it's
over.
a lost hope?
It is absolutely lost hope now. Morphing more banelings here. Actually, the tank firing at a couple of them. Though 3 tanks isn't gonna cut it, I don't think. Bulletproof has taken his 5th tier out in the middle. He can actually go for a 6th tier as he moves towards his opponent, and even maybe go for a 7th as the creep spread is, wow.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the map now, and it just looks like there's creep everywhere. Looks like the map was built with creep on it to begin with. He also did retake his 4th and building a spine crawler in there just to be extra safe. He is finally now taking to Hive, so most likely we'll be transforming that spire into a greater spire if it even reaches that far, I think.
And
Bullet
look at
Proof
Dan
will
now.
probably take
Dan
it
is
out
gonna go for a Doom Drop.
before
And
even
he
doing
needs
that.
to pray that the mutas don't see it, and actually mutas are out of position.
They're out of position, so even if the Overlord sees it, he might not be able to react in time.
And
But
all his
the
units
question
are...
is, what about this
Oh, look at
counterattack
the
coming
3
towards?
siege tanks there, and there's the magic boxing, the
But-
Thor.
Bulletproof once again sacrificing a lot of his mutants to try and do as much damage. The question is, can he do it? As we now have the Doom Drop in the main, and if that Hive is taken out, then that'll be
Yeah.
one chance for Dan to get back into this game, as he's
Yeah,
now
the Hive
only
is
10 supply
gone.
behind.
That he should maybe even go for the spawning pool, as now the units are coming back. He can't lose all of this. Is he targeting the spawning pool? He has a little squad of Marines here over on the side, and...
But look at the Banelings winning that.
No!
Wow.
50 HP on the spawning pool, and all these medevacs are gonna go. Oh, and that should be... I mean, there's no way Dan can recover from this.
No, not without a 4th base yet. He is now trying to take that 4th base, but once he reaches there, he'll see that nasty Overlords doing creep, denying him that 4th. And so many Banelings winners. I mean, Bullet can just hold this part of the map, infinitely denying Dan a 4th, and just starve him out.
Exactly, so he is mined out at the main, at the natural, and his 3rd is oversaturated, and he probably has, what, 3,000-4,000 minerals, as he's gonna lose another command center here.
Yeah,
this
looks
is
like he's
really
losing
terrible.
that potential 4th once again. And the minerals are running dry, winners. Dan is still doing okay in terms of supply, but he can't maintain this forever. If Bullet keeps on trading units, he can, just trade until the Terran doesn't have anything else to trade with. Looking at the upgrades, we do see that the Bio Army is on 3-2, the Mech is on 2-0. Looking at the Zerg player, the Mutas are on 2-0, whereas the Zerglings and Banelings are on 2-2. So, kind of, equal in terms of upgrades, but Bulletproof overall just has the clear advantage here, as he is now rebuilding a layer which will eventually be rebuilt into a hive.
Yeah, he's actually getting 2 layers, and now the Bullet is abusing his mobility with the mutas. He's just gonna pick up barracks here and there.
Right. And another thing Dan does have going for him is that by killing off that hive, he does slow down, Bullet's
Broodlords.
eventual Broodlord switch. So at least he bought himself some time to try and do something. He definitely needs to secure that 4th if he wants to stand a chance, and he needs to do it now, winners, as he is moving out now with a few Marines and only 3 siege tanks once again. Um, this low siege tank number is just very difficult to be able to do something. He needs to join the other siege tanks with the rest of them before moving out, just to make sure that he has enough against all those banelings.
But is he setting him up here against a possible flank? And all the banelings on the
The
siege
banelings,
tanks.
man. This is so many banelings, but Dan actually doing quite well. He splits his marines
Yeah,
very
and
well
this
and
fifth
actually
is in
saves quite a
trouble.
few. So Dan, man, he's actually slowly trying to come back into this, and if he takes
The
out that
fifth
base,
goes, yeah.
oh man, Dan is giving Bullet a really hard time here, not giving him a chance to try and close this off, as Bullet will probably have to delay his eventual Broodlord switch even more.
Yeah, so Dan, in the meantime, he has secured a fourth here down, but the mutas are already on their way. And now two Thors, though, getting off two huge volleys. But is the planetary fortress going to go down? This is going to be so bad for Dan. Is it going to go down?
Yes.
Yeah, there
For
it
the
goes.
think
Ooh.
third, fourth time this game, the fourth base is just not meant to be winners.
Oh, and this, I mean, Dan doesn't have minerals. He has about
I mean, look, he's floating
1,000.
his main command center now. That's his only
Yeah.
choice. He just can't afford to invest in one more command center, which will most likely go down again.
Oh,
And we
but
do have
now
an engagement now.
Bullet has to be
Bullet needs to be
careful.
very careful with his mutas, being careless once again. If there's one thing I'd like to point out about Bullet's performance this game is that he's been a little bit reckless with his mutas,
say
and
the
now
least.
loses yet another base winner. So
Yeah.
Dan is slowly crawling back into this game as he is now with the one supply lead over his opponent. I think
Oh
the
my
first
God.
time in this game.
Yeah, Dan, is he going to go for another Doom Drop here? It seems this way, and...
But no, the mutas might actually catch this, and the mutas actually
Oh,
catch the
one.
dropship, and oh, very unfortunate.
And now
for
the
Dan.
Banelings!
And just when we
Oh!
were saying there was any chance for him to get back into this game,
Dan!
oh, what a catch, winners! What a catch, and what a tragic end to Dan's run.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Very unfortunate for Dan. I mean, I must say, Bullet did definitely get extremely lucky in that last few seconds of the game. Dan was making a comeback, and it looked like he might actually pull it off.
Yeah.
Very entertaining. Thanks to both of them for a great match. And I'm just I just want to start the next game, winners. I
I know.
don't want to wait too long.
I know, that game was wonderful here. And yes, a Z Voltage points out. Oh, snap! But yeah, Zert, GG, well played. Thank you, guys. Why don't you get a few of your friends to join the stream? We only have 10 handsome nerds viewing right now. The score is 1-0 here for Bullet versus Dan. And yes, we're going to be waiting for game number 2 to start, as Dan is choosing his map very carefully. Again, my name is Winners. With me is Twidnu, as Dan is inviting us to Taldream Altar. Why don't you go on our Facebook page? That's SC2 MENA. Why don't you check out all the news that
Yeah,
is
definitely. And Winter's got you
please.
covered with all the news happening, not only in the MENA region, but in
internationally.
all the other big events around the world.
And well, Bullet has declined the lobby invitation for some reason. But yeah, what is this backhanded compliment? Handsome nerds, absolutely. You have to be a nerd to play this game, but I think all of us here are handsome. I mean, just look at Artosis, look at Tasteless, Day 9, all of these guys. Forget about... As everyone has deserted me in the lobby. Oh, so Dan switched map. Oh, he likes this map, I know that much. GSL Belcher Beach, it is the Winter's edition, so I'm psyched to cast this map right here. Are you ready there? Why don't I just get a glass of water here? Why is Tweak?
Alright, I'm gonna grab myself a quick drink as well, winners. I'll be back in
hold on one
about 30
second.
seconds.
Okay, we've stopped. No, hold on here. Yeah, sorry. Hold on. We just had a minor breakdown here, but everything is okay. So yeah, we're just gonna quickly grab ourselves a glass of water. 30 seconds? You good?
I'm good. I'm back.
Okay, well, 1 second. Give me 1 second here,
All
okay?
right.
Don't start the match without me. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here. I'm back. Make us referee. Who's ready?
I think both our players are ready. We should go.
Dan. Where's Dan? Nothing from Dan yet. Oh, there's a go, go, go. And yeah, once we get the game started, I just want to come back to one small detail on GSL Daybreak, which we just saw. A wonderful game on between Bulletproof and Dan here.
Yeah, probably the most back and forth game we saw today. Just when it seemed like Bulletproof had the clear advantage, Dan was able to take out a few hatcheries and set himself to get back into it. Unfortunately for him, Bullet with a great and somehow lucky catch there towards the end was able to seal the deal for him. As we do have Bullet,
Pausing.
yeah, pausing the game for just a second.
Yeah, so what the small minor detail I wanted to come back to was Dan not being able to snipe the spawning pool. I think if he would have sniped that spawning pool, Zerglings wouldn't have been there. Banelings wouldn't have been there. It would have bought him a bit of time and a bit of momentum, but let's talk about that after we do the intros.
Sure thing, winners. Over on the right-hand side of Belcher Beach, we have the winner from the first game in a very nice catch towards the end. It is the green Zerg Bullet and his fellow compatriot from Lebanon over on the left side was initially playing as Poros, but now back to his Terran roots, spawning in the purple color. It is Dancake.
Yeah, quick thing. Bulletproof, he both experienced a hard drive failure as well as motherboard failure, so he needs to get replacements ASAP. I have no idea how that happens, but at the end
Ouch,
of...
that's never a good thing, winners. I mean, PCs are the best to play on, but sometimes these hardware failures are something which happen, which are part of the experience of enjoying PC gaming. Nonetheless, it is a very infrequent event. So
But it's
let's
a
get
pain.
back.
It's
It
a
is a
pain.
pain to deal with. I mean, but that's the advantage also in PC that all the parts are interchangeable. So if something dies, you don't need to replace the whole thing. Just with some minor hardware experience, you can probably even fix it yourself. But let's get back to the game winners. We do see that Dan now starting with 2 racks. So I'm sure you're already enjoying what's soon to come. He'll probably move that racks down to the lower side of the map and try to force some early pressure on Bullet.
Yeah, that would have resulted in an expulsion in the GSL with the comment that Dan just made, but thank God this is the MENA Cup where we all have a good time.
That's right.
Yeah, so Dan going for the Winteresque 2 racks here. He should float it down to the lower ground to minimize the rally time for his Marines across the map, and he is reading me right now, right there.
That's right, winners. And note that Bullet did go for the usual hatch first, so Dan does have a small window of opportunity to do a lot of damage. He will most likely be dropping a bunker next to that.
Oh, is he gonna wall it off? Is he gonna wall it off like MVP did against Nest T?
Nope, looks like it's just the standard. Well, not the standard anymore. It's 2 bunkers now. But yeah, Bullet needs to take this very seriously. He's already pulling off 6 drones to try and deal with this, and rightfully so, as if this bunker does go up, then it becomes very difficult for the Zerg to defend their natural. The first Marine is already there as the second makes his way, so Uh, one SCV is both SCVs are taken out winners, so this attack is definitely going to be thwarted very shortly, but not before Dan actually does some damage with this. He does take out quite a few drones. One more Marine remains. Zergling will be able to take care of that, and yeah, this rush is definitely over.
Yeah, so Dan should retreat, and looking at the resources lost, Dan actually lost quite a bit more than his opponent there. He could have tried to go for the two bunker wall in here at the front, though. I think it's not that
That
possible.
probably would have been a better choice, I think.
So now Dan has to rally back because Zerglings did show up here,
But Dan does have enough Marines to take care
yeah.
of this, so Bullet will have to move back with whatever Zerglings remain. Dan already has his command center building; it's almost 50% done, and the the thing to see will now be is will the Zerg player go for a faster third hatch, or will he try and tech up and maybe try and cause some damage at the Terran ramp?
Well, the Terran ramp is being sealed off here as we speak. Supply depots continuing the job which the bunker started. Dan has his command center just about to finish, so I think Bullet, he knows better than to just knock down the front door like he tried to do a number of times last game. I feel he did get a bit lucky because there were no Marines in the bunker at that particular point. I don't think he was going to get that opportunity again. So I think he's going to play a standard game out because he's in the lead and it's Dan who needs to make something happen.
Definitely Bullet in the more comfortable position, being up 1-0 in a best of 3 is definitely a more comfortable position to be in. Dan now choosing to move out with a few Marines, probably to just see what's happening, take control of the watchtowers, and I'm actually surprised Bullet is still not taking a third. I mean, I've seen some of his matches before. The moment he spots that that fast expo by the Terran, he'll go for a quick third himself. So what this tells me is that he might be looking to do some damage. Nope, those Zerglings have no opportunity to do anything there, as they are now caught again at the watchtower by those Marines. Small engagement, but the Marines, of course, will prevail. Forced to push back because of their low health, and the Zerglings might actually get us around now and kill them off. So both players trading. Bullet, of course, does have the better opportunity to trade, as he is up about 14 supply here.
Yep, and we all know Zerglings don't cost anything, though. Bullet, I'd like him to get started on his creep spread here a bit more. He's got one
Look at this,
queen.
winners. Sorry to interrupt,
Oh,
but there's a Baneling nest and a macro hatch going up at the same time. So what does this tell us? It definitely tells us that
Baneling
some
bust?
kind of bust. Yeah, definitely a bust coming on the way, as he does even have a few Zerglings on the side here. Most likely will morph some of them to Banelings. And there we go, 7 Banelings in the making, 8 now. And that'll be definitely enough to take care of the bunker and a couple of supply depots.
Yeah, and what I'd like to point out, this ramp is absolutely huge here. So what if there is an opening and the natural also being so huge, Zerglings are gonna have a field day here. And here we go, Banelings at the front, Zerglings are gonna cover, and one, oh, bad targeting, but here, finally, here we go. Even the surround here on the Marine, saving a few of the Banelings, and well, Dan Cake
and look
is
at the
in a lot of
SCVs.
trouble.
The SCVs need to split to minimize the damage. And
bang!
Okay, not the best of Baneling bust, but
no,
might not really make much of a difference. Those SCVs are trapped, and the Zerglings are doing a lot of damage. And winners, things are not looking too good for Dan. He's 33 supply to Bullet 72. More and more units are being streamed in by the Zerg player, and I think this is over for Dan, winners.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, the orbital command is going to suffer, the Rax is going to suffer, the few supply depots here, and that 1-0 isn't going to finish either. So look at the amount of Zerglings streaming in here, more Banelings being more just down at the ramp, and well, Dan Cake is in a heap of trouble.
Yeah, Bullet saw the opportunity. He knows about this big ramp, and he knows that there's definitely a lot of weaknesses in it. He took advantage. Not the best Baneling target firing, but it was still enough. And once those Banelings bust that second,
Oh, the depot!
no, the depot was left down, and then, oh my God, very unfortunate once again for him. That's twice in one series, and those Banelings will not take out all of the CVs.
Oh!
Oh, winners, the Zerglings are having a ball,
And
and
there's the
Dan
GG.
scores
Wow.
the GG.
Bullets takes it 2-0 fairly quickly.
Yeah, very quick, very impressive, very decisive. Kind of lucky in the first game, but definitely powered his way in the second game. One thing I think Dan could have done to try and defend against this is try to push out siege tanks faster. I mean,
Mm.
whenever you know that there's an opportunity for your opponent to go for a bailing bust, always try to get your siege tanks out a little bit faster. Siege tech, of course, great to deal with those bailing busts.
Hmm.
And Dan probably is thinking the same thing now. Bulletproof, though, is our first finalist of the evening.
No,
And winners.
second.
Oh, okay, I was just going to ask you about our other finalists. Do you know what happened in the last game?
Yeah, Tweak took out Nesquik.
Oh, really?
Yep. So we're gonna
Okay.
have an Egyptian Lebanese final, and Nesquik is gonna duke it out with Dan Cake in for the bronze match. So best of five. We've only been casting for 2 hours, but we are in the finals.
And a ZVZ final at that, winners.
Oh dear. Here we go. ZVZ, that is going to be so much fun. Give me one quick second. I'm just going to tell the whole wide world that we are going to be streaming the finals right now. Let me guess, you guys are waiting for me to.
No, not yet. Not quite yet. Bullet asked for a few minutes break, so we will allow him that.
Yeah, sure.
Dan and Nesquik will probably start their game. I know ZVZ might not be some of our viewers' favorite matchups, but I've taken quite a liking to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it is our final, so that will be the game to cast. Please tune in. We will be back shortly.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to take a 2-minute break here, but the finals is going to be a treat. Some of our viewers are asking when IPL 4 goes live. Let me just have a look. IPL 4 goes live in exactly um, 6 minutes. So IPL 4 goes live in 6 minutes. That's IPL 4 groups and a loser bracket. Go on teamliquid.net to turn into the stream, and the EU Play 'em Daily will also be live
I have a
right then
feeling our viewership is just going to drop about
to
20
zero.
notches down, winners. Yeah,
We
it's
don't even have 20 viewers.
probably not the best of time to make
Well,
that announcement. Um,
what to do?
in any case, we should be starting the final very shortly,
Hmm.
as both players are readying up. Why don't we create the match for them, winners?
Yeah, why not?
All right,
Would you like to create?
sure.
So guys, thank you for tuning in. Winters and Twidney here, right here with you. The finals are coming up. GSL Daybreak, our starting map of the day. Bullet versus Tweak, and well, Bullet being on a roll here as he makes a return. And Lebanon, as well as the Zerg raise, makes a return from last week, as for once we casted a TVT, or I'd casted a TVT in the finals, and Tweak is gonna give me some information. So yeah, Slice1, is that how you pronounce your name, Slice1? Have the first time you're here with us? Why don't we get some chat interaction going here? IPL4 and MENA Cup, that's the spirit. Thank you very much, guys. We want to do our part in esports. We want to increase the viewership. I'm sorry, guys. I know HD stream is the only stream available at this point, but I promise you we're going to sign the partnership agreement this week. God willing, we have been in touch with them, and because they've been busy with PAX and IPL and a million other things which take priority, we are going to get that for you, because you know, something we address every time, that internet is not the greatest strength of this region. So 240, 360 and 480p will be available to you guys shortly. So there goes a big shout out to Pro Palestine. I would presume he lives in Palestine, or am I mistaken?
He might be a Palestinian living abroad.
Maybe.
In any case, he was inquiring about how he can participate, so maybe
Yeah.
you can give him that information.
Yep, I already done that.
Okay.
But no, he's actually playing from Palestine, so good on him. Thank you for representing.
Alright,
So,
winners, I think both players are good to go.
okay, and there is the go go go. So yeah, guys, please check SC2 MENA on Facebook. That's just SC2 MENA. That's the website where you, well, that's the Facebook page where you will find.
And your Twitter page as well, I believe.
Yeah, it's the same. But let's talk about that after you do the intros.
Sure thing. Welcome everybody to the grand final of the 21st edition of the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup. I am Twidno, and joining me is my co-caster and good friend Winners. And we have a ZVZ on GSL Daybreak to start the series. On the top right corner, representing Team Lebanon, it is the Blue Zerg Bullet. And on the bottom left, representing Team Egypt from North America, it is the Red Zerg Tweak.
Absolutely correct. So just before this game kicks into Zergling, Baneling, Roach, and Fester gear, I just want to...
You think it's gonna last that long?
Let's see. Let's see. All I want to say is, please, guys, check out SC2 MENA. You will find the sign-up page for both the MENA Cup and the Menara Cup. Menara Cup is our little tournament that we host for all bronze through gold members. So they build a bit of confidence, they develop their game, and then join the MENA Cup eventually. MENA Cup, that's where the big guys play, the big guns, all the masters of the region. They participate and they showcase their skill. And we here at SC2 MENA, we want to give them an opportunity to shine in the world of esports and to represent the region, which is growing. I actually got a comment from the WCG in Jordan complimenting me on the efforts of uniting the StarCraft 2 players in
Well
the region.
deserved. Well
Thank you.
deserved
Thank
winners.
you to them, and thank you to all of the guys watching and making this possible. And let's see what this is going to be as we see the drone scout here from Bulletproof.
That's right. Bullet with the first scout. As you can see, both build orders are almost identical. No hatchery first. No one's that confident. At least not in the first match. Both players going gas into pool, so most likely want to have that speed upgrade for the Zerglings up and running as fast as possible. The question will be who will pull drones from gas after 100 and who will keep it going. Time will tell shortly, as they are both approaching 100, and looks like
Well, Bullet wants to keep one, so that's nothing too bad. I mean,
but Tweak still has all of them mining gas, so we might see some quicker tech from him, maybe a Baling Nest or a Roach Warren.
maybe we will first, but now Tweak, he's bringing out the big guns. He goes for the early Baneling nest here.
That's right, that's the only reason a player would actually keep his drones mining gas after the initial 100 required for the metabolic boost speed upgrade for the Zerglings. And this is where things have deviated between both players. Bullet with actually going for a hatch winners. So this is going to turn into a situation where Tweak will try and finish the game as soon as possible, while Bullet tries to defend. And this probably means that the game will potentially not last as long as you might have initially thought with your Infestor predictions.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of a Zergling engagement here in the
Oh,
map.
but look at this. If the Queen actually gets that Overlord...
Supply block, and she will, and
oh,
wow.
this is actually terrible.
This
for
is
Tweak,
a hundred minerals that Tweak does not have
not
at
to
this
mention
point.
time winners. Time is actually probably of the most essence at this moment, as
Banelings
Tweak
are
has less of a window now to try and do some damage, and not a good start for him, as Bullet is now his hatchery is almost completely done, and he is actually building a spine crawler now, which he will most likely move down to his natural.
very nice
and
here,
here's the
harassing.
defense game
Where's the
starting,
second queen? The second queen should have moved up to the ramp here to
Oh,
block.
that's actually a lot of
Oh!
Oh, and
This
he
could
can actually get a lot of damage here, and if he's able to kill off all those drones, then Bullet's in a lot of trouble, and oh man, winners. I think Tweak might have done it.
Well, let's not. Well, it's not over before the fat lady sings. Two queens are still out there, so production is going to be up, and he will able. But let's see how the follow up will occur here. One spine
Tweak
crawl.
definitely needs to follow this up as fast as possible. He is building. Oddly enough, okay, so he's actually planning, hoping to actually make this last a little bit longer, as he is now building his own hatchery. He was able to take out a lot of drones, though, winners, so I think a follow-up should have probably come a little bit sooner if he wanted to end this as early as it looked like.
Well, he took out a grand total of 5 drones here. As ZVZ is a game of drones, let's see. Oh, I don't agree with the Zerglings there being on the ramp at all. Bullet losing quite a few. He should move the second queen down. That's what she's there for. That's why she's so big.
That's right, and here come the Banelings.
Yeah, he should target fire the Banelings, not the Zerglings though. And again, Tweak is just gonna go into the main, and oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, and
oh wow, that actually killed off a lot of drones, even more than the first time winners. So Tweak doing a lot of damage with these Banelings, and he actually has a chance to...
there's one more, and whoa!
Oh man, he does take out 3 or 4 more, so winners, I'm scared to look. Tell me what the worker count is like.
Well, Tweak killed off 12 drones, and it's 6 versus 15, and that should be the follow-up right there. He shouldn't even morph any more Banelings. He should just make a few rounds and finish his opponent off. But he's going for the actually the +1 here. Zerg Mila attacks, and
I mean, yeah, he can probably even take a third if he wanted to, winners. At this point, he has the clear advantage. He probably has 2 main choices here to try and follow this up further and possibly end the game in the next minute or 2, or try and get even more of an advantage here. Maybe take a third, tech up, get more drones, as he definitely did count the number of Dons dying in that green Baneling goo.
And but again
And
here, Tweak looks like he's gonna lose another Overlord. Here we
yeah,
are
a little bit
again.
careless from Tweak. I mean, losing 3 Overlords unnecessarily, definitely not something he wants to be this careless about, especially with this lead. And it's
Hmm.
true that that's one less queen, for the larva, but
And
Bullet
another
probably
one
feels like
here.
it is worth it. Yes, that's 3 Overlords taken out now.
It's
So,
300 minerals.
um, 300 minerals, not to mention wasted time.
Hmm.
For Tweak, he's only on one queen now, so his second queen did not spawn just yet. It will in just a second. As Bulletproof, man. I mean, in this situation, winners, what can you possibly do? I mean, I know you're not a Zerg player, but you've seen enough games to be able to give us
Yeah.
a good guess.
Well, a good guess right now. Let's look at what Tweak has. Tweak has 20 more Zerglings in production. I just think the big mistake was that Bullet did not utilize his 2 queens at the ramp. That was the biggest issue. And now we have a huge engagement here in the middle of the map, and Bulletproof needs to. He might even want to put out another 1 or 2 defensive spine crawlers here because he needs
Yeah,
to
I'm surprised
defend.
we didn't actually build a second spine crawler,
Hmm.
at least 2 to try and defend, as he probably would have guessed that Tweak will be trying following off that great attack with another one, and now Zergling on Zergling action, but
Oh,
Tweak I
but
think
this
just
should
has
be,
way
yeah,
too much, and
this
I
should be
think
the
Bulletproof
GG,
is
yeah.
forced to call the GG, and there it is, winner. Bullet actually lost the first game. I actually thought that Bulletproof would be able to take this out with a clear 3-0 victory,
Yeah.
but Tweak, man, he just gets better and better every week, and he's showing us that now he is definitely able to compete with the best, if not win it all.
Yeah, so wow, a quick invite here by a Bulletproof. He wants to get this as wow. Very nicely done here. So Antigua Shipyard is gonna be our next map here, and I like the fact that we're moving so quickly. It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock, winners. We might actually get this done before 10, which is a feat in itself. Definitely a sign of progress in terms of scheduling, organizing, and people willing to, to help get this done as fast as possible. So
Hmm.
props to everyone for helping us improve and getting all these delays sorted out. And here we are, winners on Antigua Shipyard. Unfortunately, looks like we will have to re.
Create. Yep.
I wonder why though. Was it a drop or?
Yeah, Tweak got dropped.
No, he actually left, winners. I think it's because.
I
Um,
think he got dropped. I mean, there's no.
no,
Oh
it
wait,
wasn't.
he wants GSL. He wants the GSL. Okay, never mind. That's fine. That's okay. I'll give that to him. So some of these you guys might be asking, what's the difference between Antigua Shipyard and GSL Antigua Shipyard? Well, the difference is that you can only spawn in cross positions on GSL Antigua Shipyard.
And of course, no gold bases, as I think it's the same with that other map.
Yeah, correct.
Alright, so no gold bases and cross positions every single time. And sorry for the slight delay because of the restart, but this is why they should let us create, winners. We'll get it right the first time always, right?
Oh, of course.
Okay, so here we go. Game number 2 in the ZVZ on the bottom right-hand side of Antigua Shipyard. Our winner from the first game, playing all the way from California, it is the Blue Zerg Tweak, also known as
Rupture.
That's
There we
right.
go.
And on the top 12 o'clock position,
Oh.
our previous winner here, trying to win again, of course, it is the Green Zerg from Lebanon, Bullet.
Absolutely. So wow, Bullet. He probably felt confident enough to go for the earlier hatch there, but he wasn't able to hold it. And again, I think the issue was that his queens were not positioned there correctly to hold off the ramp. Of course, the ramp, I would say, is slightly smaller on this map, so he
Hmm?
could easily block it off. But let's see what both players have in mind here. Do you think Tweak is gonna tweak his build, or is he just gonna go for the same think?
It's hard to say. Coming off that confident from that first win, he might be looking to put some early pressure once again. Bullet, on the other hand, of course, will not be as confident, and I think he might be the one. He might also, do the same and try to get. And wait a second, is he?
He's gonna go
Is
for a
he?
hatch.
Yeah, looks like Tweak is definitely feeling very confident here. He will go for the hatch. I think we're gonna have some switch in positions here, in roles at least, as I think Bullet might be the one, might be the aggressor, whereas Tweak will be the one trying to defend. And we'll see what either player can do here. As it'll be interesting to see if Bullet can repeat Tweak's success from the first game, or will Tweak actually be better at defending than Bullet?
Yeah, though again, I think we need to tell Bullet that GSL Antigua Shipyard is cross positions only, but that's a minor detail, but it can make a huge difference because sometimes you scout your opponent too late and you don't get the information you require. But let's see here, Bullet, he's gonna have his speed out so much faster than his opponent. I mean, his opponent's pool hasn't even finished and he already has about a 20-second lead on it. And that speed, especially on a map like this, will give you a huge advantage. Little run-bys, little harasses, it can really make a huge difference, as he actually has a 40-second lead on it, and this can be a game changer. A minor detail to some, but a game changer to others, as
Right, and look at this winners. Tweak is already building 2 spine crawlers, wants to be extra safe against any kind of rush, especially after going for a hatch first. Bullet, on the other hand, I did note that after the 100 gas, he did pull out 2 of the drones, so no aggression was coming. The 2 drones are now back on gas, but that was just temporarily until he himself gets his hatchery up. So the only difference here is that Bullet wanted to be a little safer building a hatchery, whereas Tweak, of course, was very confident from that first game. Still feeling a little, worried and forcing himself to build 2 spine crawlers, but overall, I think it was probably expected from both players.
Yeah, so speed has finished now, but it doesn't look like Bullet will utilize his advantage, or will he? 10 speedlings now in production. The second queen has just popped, and Bullet was able to again snipe one of his opponent's overlords.
So Bullet actively trying to kill off those overlords, keep his queen busy, which is always a great thing to do. Less idle units is always better, as his expansion is now about to complete, and
he still has that little advantage here. He has about 20 seconds to make something happen. 2 spine crawlers there.
2 spine crawlers make it very difficult, winners. It's going to be almost impossible for Bullet to try and get in through that. He might try a run by. That's probably his only choice, as he actually spots a gap in the matrix, winners. Going after some drones, will now try and take out that queen, and
actually going after drones
here.
He
doing very well here.
And will he get the queen? No, the queen will prevail for the time being. And Bullet himself going for a baneling nest. How many drones? He was able to kill off 3 drones there.
I think 2 or 3, yeah.
3 drones. That's okay.
Forcing Tweak to reposition one of his spine crawlers just to make sure he's got all his all the entrances covered.
And I like this hiding the banelings here at the 3rd. I think.
But does Tweak see it? Does he see it with his overlord?
No, he doesn't. I just checked. He does not.
Alright.
So let's see. Morphing more banelings here. Income is higher for Bulletproof. He has 6 more drones at this point. And wow, let's see.
That's actually very strange, considering Tweak had his hatchery first.
But roaches.
Because he lost some and built spine crawlers, that's probably the reason why Bullet is in front. And winners, we actually have 44 supply for Bullet, and now he's going in with some Zerglings.
Yeah.
Tweak has to target fire those banelings with the spine crawlers, and he's doing just that. And the roaches, man, the roaches are invulnerable.
But look at this! Look at the mineral line here, and decent split.
Killed about 4. Okay, so now I think it was better. 7 drones, I think,
6
taken out.
6 were killed, yeah.
So a total of, I think,
a few more drones here at the natural going down, and the queen is going to be in a bit of trouble as well, but no. it has ended. But look at this here, Bulletproof rallying more and more units down
He's
here.
not done, winners. He wants
He
to
ain't
get more and
done.
more out of this. He still has a supply lead, but Tweak now with roaches, which will do wonders against those Banelings. But what did the worker count end up being? What was the final tally, winners?
Well, Bullet killed off 12, and the worker count at this point is 28 to 14 in Bullet's favor. So
Alright, so
double.
Bullet with a clear advantage, even though he went for the later hatchery. Tweak maybe not as good as, probably plays better as an aggressor in the series. 37 supply to 51 now, and looks like Bulletproof is planning to continue more and more aggression as he is sending some Zerglings down to that gap and actually get through once again, so they will be able to take out a few more drones. Maybe should have went for that queen, I think. Probably would have been worth it, but decides not to do so. And Bullet can probably take a third if he wishes to do so behind all this, as he has complete map control.
Yeah, he also has a layer now, so I think he's going to go for mutas. And yes, there is the Spire. Absolutely the correct decision. He knows that his opponent is behind. He doesn't have as many drones. He managed to kill off quite a few. He has slow units in roaches. They can't just roll across the map. He's got speedlings, and speedlings in higher number versus low number roaches. Guess who wins that one? Nice overlord positioning by him as well. He's getting just a few defensive spine crawlers here, just in case Tweak thinks about a little counter here, as he's getting a few more roaches and the
better safe than sorry, winners. Better safe than sorry. And actually, one thing to note: look around Bullet's base. Do you see any overlords for Tweak anywhere close by? That's actually a huge thing to note. So Tweak will have no idea this is coming. He has no idea what Bullet's doing. He has no idea how many bases he has, and that's never a good position to be in, especially since Bullet is planning something very shortly here.
Yes, so Tweak is gonna move out, but against 5 spine crawlers here, he won't be able to do anything. The Spire has completed, and let's see how many meteors he will get. Probably about 6, yeah, 7 it is. Nicely lining it up with the +1 flyer attacks. And oh, let's see, Tweak will have to retreat here. There is no way.
Tweak will definitely sense something is coming. That much
Oh, no
defense.
way. He's actually gonna go through and... Oh no,
very
there's
bad
the
idea
surround.
for Tweak. I have no idea why he decided to do that.
And there's the GG.
He didn't even need the mutas, man.
No. So yeah, Tweak, well, bad decision making there from his point of view, from everyone's point of view. So Bullet ties up the series 1-1.
That's right, and I do believe we're going for an all-out best of 5 here, right?
Yep, I believe so.
Okay, so we'll wait on Tweak's choice for the next map.
Coral Compound. So,
All right.
do you mind
so
creating?
Should we? Yeah, I'd like to create it, please.
So yeah, nice games here showcased in today's SC2 MENA Cup. Thank you for tuning in, guys. 13 viewers, I like that. Big shout out to everyone there: Neil, Slice, Valentine, Zertz, and everyone else that I forgot, and of course myself. Anyhow, we are back. Coral Compound is going to be the map. Have we casted a ZVZ on this map?
I don't believe so, winners.
But yeah, Tweak is gonna go back to his main race, T. Oh. Actually not. He was trolling me altogether.
Alright, so let's go.
Coral Compound LE. Haven't played a single match on this map, I don't think. Maybe a few, but here we are.
So here we are, winners. We're back. Game number 3 of the ZVZ final of the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup number 21. on the top right side, a winner of the first game, loser of the second. That is the red Zerg Tweak.
Hmm.
And his opponent on the bottom left side of the map, winner of the second map, loser of the first. It is the blue Zerg from Team CWC. It is Bullet.
Absolutely correct. Thank you for that. All the manner GGs going out to both players. Series is tied 1-all. Bullet showcasing why he is top 8 Masters, showing us why he is Lebanon's greatest Zerg, as he probably was a bit upset with himself in game number 1. And look at this, wow, very fast. Oh no, sorry. I was being told there was just the drone, the trick there with the extractor. I thought there was gonna be super fast gas, but Bullet though, he's moving out with his customary drone scout, something I do like.
Yeah, he's always
Personally.
the first to scout. The last thing you need in a final is to get 6 or 7 pulled. So, Bullet just wants, yeah, Bullet just wants to, check around, make sure that he's not facing a winners. So, yeah, better safe than sorry winners. He can probably go for his own 6 pull and get away with it.
Yep, absolutely. He's actually, well, he's went for a 13 pull here, so a bit later than his opponent. Actually, they're they're about the same by like half a
Almost the
second.
same, yeah, probably just a few seconds off.
Hmm.
Not a biggie. Um, And so winners. I mean, we've been
Tell me.
seeing a lot, watching a lot of ZVZs lately. As
Yeah.
more Zerg players are participating in the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup. Um, what's your take on the series before all these ZVZs, and what's your take on it right now?
What do you mean before the series?
Before all the the series of Zerg players joining the
Uh,
tournament.
um,
Initially, it was a lot of Terrans, some
Dominating.
Protoss's, not many
Yeah.
Zergs. So now it's kind of changed a bit. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
well, Zergs have been dominating. Oh, I mean, Dan was the only Terran which would actually stand up to them and make the, you know, the standard top 3 finish, or will actually take home a win. We have seen great Zergs with Magic Zerg. Unfortunately, he's not playing today. Of course, Gunman was there, Bulletproof, Nesquik as well. So we do have great Zergs.
yeah, a lot of them actually, which is why I'm starting to get a liking to the series. I was, of course, not very fond of it previously, but now I'm starting to understand the matchup a little bit better and appreciating it a little bit more. Both players actually going for a Baneling Nest at about the same time. Both will have speed at about the same time, so everything almost identical with both players. And it's always interesting to see whose micro sorry will be better, because that's usually that'll probably be the difference between both players, since they're both going for the exact same thing,
Yeah,
and
defensive
same
Banelings
number
here.
of Banelings as well, winners. So the only slight deviation is that Bullet is going for the Spine Crawler, whereas Tweak is not.
Well, the Spinecrawler isn't going to finish in time, and a trade wasn't the best here. One Baning for... Oh! Oh, no, 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 no. He needs a few more. He should move the Queen, but nice you're trading two Zerglings for the Queen. Should maybe help out just a bit here. The drones have to move, though, clumping them up, and... Oh, he got so lucky
Oh,
there.
Bullet did get very lucky there. Was a little bit careless and late
Oh,
with
but
his
even canceling... He
with his
canceled the
drone move,
spine.
but yeah, he feels probably that it's not worth it anymore. He's able to defend without it, so why not save that drone, save a little bit of minerals? But Bullet Man, he needs to be a little more careful with this, with his drone reaction. He was almost caught off guard there, and had that hit come through, it would have been very difficult for him to try and come back into the game.
Yeah.
And Tweak still continuing with his attacks, starting to send in one Baneling at a time, try and pick off a few Zerglings. And it's actually working out very well for him, as he's sending 3 more now.
Yeah, so let's see who can get the upper hand. A few Zerglings, they're going to town on the Banelings, and oh, I think he should not have cancelled the
Bullet needs
Spinecrawler.
to, yeah, he's probably regretting that decision
Oh.
now. But Bullet needs to be a little more careful with it. I've seen better from him. He's been very careless, losing a clump of Zerglings to one or two Banelings, and that's never a good thing. Bullet is better than that, and his reaction
Oh,
now
now this.
is actually better. He does save a lot of his drones, but more and more Banelings are streaming in, and Tweak might actually be able to do a lot of damage
Oh,
until I
and
said that, and
well, this
losing
could
all
be
his
GG. The
Banelings to
queen is
one
gonna
queen,
go
but
down. The
it
drones.
might simply be enough. A lot of Zerglings, Zerg on drone, never a pretty sight for the drones,
No, the
and it's now
spine
40
crawler will
supply to
finish
31.
though, but at what cost here? A few more. Oh, Baneling's here being a morph, and
Oh, he's
oh,
down to
this
only
is a
three
G.
drones, and
Oh, no GG
alright,
from
we'll leave it
Bulletproof.
at that then. Tweak man, the better micro for sure there. Bullet was just not up to his game. We've seen much better micro from him in the past. Was kind of, I think, out of focus in that game. Allowing his Zerglings, not trading very efficiently with his Zerglings, even with his Banelings. Allowing Tweak to essentially just walk up the ramp with Banelings and continuously do damage until he essentially wiped out that mineral line.
Absolutely there, and I called it early on. He should not have cancelled that spine crawler. Absolutely
That was,
not.
I mean, that wasn't the only reason he lost, but it definitely was a big part of it. And let's hope he is more careful this time around, as we are going to start game number 4.
Yep, so the series is now 2-1 in Tweak's favor, and he is actually one game away from winning his first SC2 MENA Cup. He must be pumped. It is Saturday in California, and he is playing the best game.
Yeah, what a way to start the weekend for him.
Hmm.
But I'm definitely, I mean, I don't know what the right choice of words, but definitely very proud of him. I mean, if you look at when he first started in the MENA Weekly Cup, and look at his level now, it's definitely a huge leap. He's definitely the most improved player, and I hope this sets a good example for our other players. Keep practicing, keep playing, keep participating, as Tawik has been a regular in the cups, almost never missing a beat. And look at him now; he's playing against Bullet in the grand final and leading the series 2-1. So here we are, winners in game number 4. On the top right-hand corner, winner of the last game and leading the series 2-1, it is the red Zerg Tweak, and his opponent on the left side, spawning as the green Zerg, the person who denied his opponent to GG last game. It is the green Zerg Bullet. So
Yeah, Bullet, he is upset.
I think things got a little interesting now. I mean, how do you think both players are going to play? Do you think Tweak? I think Tweak feels probably more confident with his aggressive kind of style. He won both games where he was aggressive and lost the one where he tried to do something different. So I'm guessing that we will see it again from him. Bullet will be the one defending again, and it's all going to come down to micro again, winners. That's the ZVZ matchup. It's all about drones. It's all about micro. So let's see how this story unfolds.
Yeah, though, again, Bullet, I think, maybe underestimating his opponent just a little. Just a little. I know that Tweak's been playing hard, but Bullet, he was always the favorite going into this finals. But
Definitely agree.
I don't know, maybe he's not playing on his regular PC. Maybe the settings are a bit off. Maybe he doesn't
Something
have.
definitely feels a little off about his game. I mean,
Hmm.
don't you think? I mean, he's
Yes.
he's falling for things, or he's missing things that we don't usually see him miss. Things
Yeah.
which he's always on top of usually. So I'm guessing that there might be something not right here. In any case, let's get back into this as we see once again identical builds from both players. No kind of hatchery first. Both gas into pool the safe way in this matchup. And yeah, look at them both starting metabolic boost at the same time. The only difference here is that Bullet's actually going for a queen, whereas Tweak has not yet started building his queen, and actually 6 Zerglings coming out from Bullet, so it looks like he is planning to be the aggressor this time around.
Yeah, though I think 6 Zerglings aren't gonna do too much at this point, but obviously I always prefer the queen, frankly speaking, due to the extra production that you get, the production that can make a difference in the early and
And
later game. And now we have a few Zerglings here across the
and then
map.
Evo Chamber from Tweak.
Well, a quick +1, I guess. There's no other reason, and a Baneling Nest too. So a bit
All right,
odd.
that's a first for me at least. I've never seen an Evo chamber that fast up. I'm not sure what the point of it was. Um,
Maybe some of the, if you know about this, guys, why don't you tell us in stream chat
yeah,
if
please
you.
do. I mean, I really have no clue why he went. I mean, okay, I see that he's going for attack level 1, but this early into the game, will he even have enough units to utilize this upgrade? I'm not quite sure.
Well,
Bullet, on the other hand, is gone for a hatch now, so.
same for
Uh,
Tweak.
all right, so both players going for it. So, all right, so Tweak might be planning for kind of an attack. You know, a few minutes into this, he wants to have the advantage and is kind of setting up for an attack. So this is definitely something pre-planned by him, and I actually like it, winners. I like what I'm seeing from Tweak.
You like the +1? I like it
I
too.
like the early +1. I think
Yeah.
that you know, when Bullet sees that Tweak hasn't attacked him for quite a bit, he might feel that Tweak is not planning an attack, and Tweak suddenly comes in with +1 advantage and does a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So let's see.
So nice micro here by Bullet. He's going to go after that one Baneling, and that's always a good trade here. He's going to send out another. But yeah, Bullet's going to get his expansion up a bit earlier here. Even a nice creep tumor and getting that spine crawler at the top of the ramp. So he doesn't want to
He doesn't want to deal
know
with
anything.
Tweak's harassing anytime soon. Yeah.
No. A nice harassment though here by that Zergling from Bullet every single time, just chopping away at his opponent's Banelings, but he shouldn't throw away too many units like that. But now, well, Bullet is actually, he's going all out here. He's producing more and more, but though no Roach War, no Lair, no Baneling Nest, nothing. Pure Zergling all the way, it seems, and with the +1 for Tweak, and oh no! Look at the
And
run by
oh, it
here.
actually gets in the middle, and he actually sees the evolution chamber, so he knows exactly what's happening. Able to take out a couple of units here, still being annoying.
Yeah, he
Tweak
should
will
have
most
split
likely
up
be able
his units a bit
to
here.
repel this, but Bullet Man, he's this is the Bullet I know. Great
Yeah.
micro, moving around constantly, making his opponent work, and look at it. Looks like he is gonna try to engage with some of Zerglings before moving out.
Yeah, the
And
Banelings.
still no
of
tech
course.
winners. Still no tech from him.
Yeah, so I think Tweak will think his attacks are going to slow down, but these Banelings on off creep aren't going to do too much as more Zerglings do stream in here for Bullet, and Tweak needs to be careful though. The Banelings
Look
are
at what
just
Bullet's doing. He's trying to, you know, separate the Zerglings from the Banelings, you know,
sure.
and then attacking when there's enough distance for him to be able to micro. And look at this, he's actually about 7 supply ahead of his opponent now.
Yeah, and though Tweak, he's getting a more and more, more and more. What is Speedlings here?
Zerglings.
Yes.
Yeah, he's getting 24. Bullet getting 24 of his own now.
But now
so
the +1 kicks in, and guess
yeah,
who's gonna
exactly.
win these
This
engagements?
is exactly why Tweak went for the +1. And look at the difference it made when he absolutely wiped out Bullet's Zergling train here. And it actually makes perfect sense now. He planned this out, winners. He made it so that this advantage will kick in about this time in the game, and this will give him the advantage in this attack, especially since Bullet has no Banelings, he hasn't gotten any tech, and actually going for +1 Carapace now.
But actually, he says, okay, maybe I need to try a different approach. So that's why he's getting 12 drones here. So he's going to have a 10 drone lead right now. He's moving his spine crawler down, and he needs to buy some time here with these inferior Zerglings here at the back, as now he's getting a late Baneling Nest off his own.
Well, it's good thing to it's good to see that he had actually had a plan to tech up.
But
He
now,
does still have the supply lead, but now there's an engagement +1
spine crawler
Zerglings,
there.
man. They make all the difference, and
but with the queen there, the spine crawler, and bulletproof being
yeah,
close to his
Tweak is
base.
kind of throwing away his units at this
Oh
point.
yeah, that wasn't the best. That could have been. He could have saved them. He could have made a few Banelings, but I don't think Tweak wants to stop the aggression. Will we see maybe nice little transfuse here on the spine crawler, which has 8 kills and definitely has made the difference. Now we see a few Banelings here morphing, and Tweak, I think he smells victory.
Looks like it, winners. Building, how many Banelings is that? It's 4 for the time being. He should be a little more careful with them,
4
though.
for Tweak and 6 for Bullet, and here we go.
Yeah, spine calls need to target fire those banelings.
Oh,
He's
this
not
is a
end.
mess,
Oh wow.
and
I'm not even sure what happened there. Just a splash of green goo everywhere. But looks
Bullet
like
came
Bullet
out
is
ahead.
definitely, yeah, defender's advantage. The spine crawler up on top. Use of the queens. This is the Bullet I know winners.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Tweak is in a little bit of trouble here, though. Bullet might lose his first Overlord of the series, and nice here. Bullet actually morphing Banelings right underneath his opponent's Overlords. But actually, in the meantime, the Zerg Ground Carapace also finished, so Tweak has even more of an advantage, and no Evo Chamber in sight for Bullet.
Oh, nice trade for Tweak. They're trading two banelings for four, and now we have the engagement winners. And we'll see if Tweak's early upgrades will pay off here,
Oh, but
as Bulletproof might just have too many numbers going after that queen. Now takes
now
out that queen.
few more
And
Banelings here.
Bulletproof Man looks like he will have the edge in this engagement. He's about 30, 25 supply ahead.
And if
And
the hatchery falls, there will be the GG from Tweak. He'll be
yeah,
down
looks like
in
it's almost certainly
production.
gonna
And
fall.
there's the
And
GG,
Tweak
and
just
oh,
falls.
2-2. When's the last
But I
time?
like that, winners. I like the 2 week tried something different. He could have probably, been able to do his regular aggressive
Hmm.
style, which won him the last two games. But this time he tried something different. It didn't quite pay off, as Bullet was able to take the game. But it's always nice to see, as we're actually going to a fifth and deciding game.
Yep, so Tweak will be able to choose the map. Wow, Bullet making it all exciting, and now, well, Bullet, he'll feel confident. Tweak, though, I don't know, he threw away a few too many units there. He might be feeling a bit nervous now, as this is his first finals
Yeah,
appearance.
I think it was that engagement just
Mm.
before the end where he threw away a lot of those Zerglings at the spine crawler. I think that's where things got a little bit iffy for him, and Bullet saw that. I mean, he saw that. He saw the advantage he had. He saw the opportunity, and he went right ahead and took it.
Absolutely. I'm just quickly going to update the dashboard. I'm going to tell the whole world that we have okay. So, has the map been made?
Has it been decided? That is the question.
That is a good question. Uh, Cloud Kingdom.
All right.
No, he created it. Tweak created, so
Yeah, I got the invite.
okay, good. For some reason, I need to download. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Winters is my name. Joining me is Twidnu as always. Saturday MENA Cup. It is only 9:38 UAE time, and it is the finals, best of 5. The score is 2-all. So deciding match to be played on Cloud Kingdom. So yeah, we're ready to go here. Everyone is ready to go. The countdown has commenced, and what a wonderful way to finish off the day.
Definitely. All right. So winners, we are now here in game number 5,
Yes, we are.
fifth and deciding game. The winner of it is the winner of our 21st edition of the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup.
Mm-hmm.
On the top right hand side, the winner of the first and third game, I believe, loser of the second and fourth, it is the Green Zerg Tweak, playing all the way from North America,
Mm-hmm.
and his opponent on the bottom left, winner of the second and winner of the fourth game, it is Bullet representing Team Lebanon.
Yep, you're absolutely correct. So, though I would like to believe that this might be a longer game, because the
Makes you say that.
distances between the two bases are enormous. The distances to get from one player's base to the other are what is the what
Ginormous?
is no, there was a special word I wanted to use, but never mind, I botched that one. So maybe
Ginormous works.
no, I'll think of it. I'll let you know. But What I do want to say is that hopefully we might be treated to a longer 30-minute game.
Will it actually see those infestors you were talking about?
Yeah, maybe, maybe not. So yeah, big shout out to the community though. Thank you for being faithful. I know IPL 4 is on and all eyes are on Las Vegas, where also the GSTL Grand Finals is gonna be played out.
Is that tonight though?
I do not know. I believe it's soon though. It is. I'll spoil it for everyone. It is Startail versus Prime.
Wow, thanks, man.
Yep, wonderful. If you haven't been watching the GSTL, too bad. I just spoiled it for you. Some of the VODs are available. I believe the GSTL season ticket is still on discount, and if you have a $5 discount voucher like me, why don't you use that? It's gonna be a bargain. Anyhow, thank you for that. GSL, the most competitive league in the world, after the MENA region, of course. Both
Of
players now.
course.
Their spawning pools will finish at roughly the same time, though. Bullet again leaving just one drone on gas here as Speed is starting at the same time.
Oh, but Tweak still has all three drones on gas, so looks like he's gonna be back to his aggressive style, which worked for him, and won him 2 games already.
Yeah, maybe.
And there is the Baneling Nest winner, so Tweak probably feeling that alright, he's gonna have to go back to his style. That's the only way he can beat Bullet. So this is exactly what he's gonna do. And Bullet, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see if he's able to adapt to the style after losing 2 games.
Oh, and he's going for the hatch first yet again. Not the hatch first, but sorry, he'll be
Well,
the first
the
one
early
to
hatch,
expand
yeah,
the early hatch.
yeah.
Sorry.
So he's definitely gonna be the one defending. Tweak once again the aggressor, and did actually Bullet is building his own defensive Baneling Nest, so
It's
he's
gonna be
already
late,
kind
though.
of started to adjust to this. Yeah, as he needs to, and
Maybe he should get a
once
spine crawler too. I know he does
yeah,
have the
I
resources,
think so
but
too. I think so too.
let's see what this will bring. 6 Zerglings here in position. Bulletproof does have vision of them. I don't think. Well, I think he'll know that there's a Baneling nest anyhow, though.
But it looks like Tweak might have changed his mind, winners. He's not going for his own expo, but no, he actually cancelled. So kind of undecisive there, but
But now
looks
Bullet
like he
sees
has
it
now
anyhow.
finally decided he is gonna go for his aggressive style, and Bullet's gonna have to try his best to defend it this time around, as he now has kind of an advantage, with the map terrain and all, especially that ramp, that narrow ramp. He'll be able to trade a little bit better.
But let's see
And,
what is going to happen here. And oh, good trade there in Tweak's favor, and he's actually moving around. He cancelled his hatch, so but no spine crawler for our friend Bulletproof from Lebanon, and he might realize that he's in a bit of trouble. And no, the Zerglings need to be very careful here. And oh no, trading.
Well, that was
3
actually a great trade for Bullet.
No, for
traded-
Tweak, yeah. No, for,
Was it?
Yeah, because he lost 2 Banelings, Bullet lost 3.
Oh, okay. I thought it was the other way around. In
Really?
any case, we have the engagement now. Zerg on Zerg, Zergling on
He
Zergling
needs to
violence
pull a
winners.
few
And
of those.
one Baneling explosion can make all the difference.
I know. And oh, nice pick off there. And again.
Oh, 2
and
beautiful picks by Bullet. I think that might
Oh.
actually be the turning point of the game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Great
Bullets.
target firing, Bulletproof, taking out 2 Banelings, using only 2 Zerglings, and that's exactly what he needed to do to defend.
Yeah, exactly. He's got 6 more defensive Banelings, and Bullet, he is in a great position because the longer this goes on, the better his advantage will be, because now Tweak has only started his expo right now, and wow, that is just ages behind. So the extra production for Bullet will definitely kick in, and he knows it, and he is on the retreat. So will Bullet walk across the map and try to put on some hurt?
He's actually droning behind his winners. He's building 5 drones now. So he's, he feels that he definitely has advantage here. He feels that he has defended successfully, and now it's Tweak's job to try and make something happen. So if he chooses to do so, he can just sit back, defend, drone up, maybe take more bases, and that's a great position to be in for him. He's going to be feeling extremely confident now. He has the tech, he has to deal with any kind of banelings coming from Tweak. He has the base advantage. I'm actually surprised that he hasn't... I mean, where are Bullet's queens? I mean, he only has 1. Shouldn't
He has 2.
Probably have...
He has
Does
2
he?
queens. Yeah, he has 2 queens.
All right, yeah, sorry, I missed the second
That's
queen. Okay,
okay.
so two queens. Should probably start working on his creep now. Maybe even consider a third. I mean, as we always ask ourselves, winners, why not?
Why not? That is exactly it. And if you recently watched the movie We Bought a Zoo, that's the quote the movie ends with. So anyhow, I'm not joking, that's actually a fact. Anyhow, now Roach Warren coming up for Bulletproof, and I like that decision. Roaches do wonders against Banelings as Tweak is looking maybe to add on a bit of... Oh no, he is going for it all. I mean, he is morphing so many Banelings there. No
He has no
Roaches...
choice, winners. He knows he's very much behind. He knows that if he tries to play a macro game with Bulletproof, he would lose. So he probably feels that this is his only way to try and go for one last final bust
And
and
here we
hope to end
go.
it. Here he is, hoping for the
Oh,
best. How
nice.
will Bulletproof defend?
Nice.
And
Oh, splitting
oh
his
man,
units nice and... Oh dear. Oh no.
oh,
Oh, nice here. This is what I meant. Bulletproof has learned, and he has a kind of close off the ramp, but no! The queen, one of the queens moved out, and now Bulletproof, what is he going to do? There are a few more queens, and now the roaches did pop, and he needs to split his drones!
and oh, did he
Oh,
lose it? Okay,
he
this
lost
was actually,
three.
how many did he lose? Okay, three. That's
Three.
not actually so bad.
No, not at all.
And he now has the roaches to defend against the banelings. So Bulletproof winners is actually in okay shape.
But
He's been able to defend well. He hasn't lost as much,
mhm.
and with the tech advantage, he might be able to actually just walk in with those roaches and possibly possibly do a lot of damage to
Well,
Tweak.
a lot of these Zerglings were just hatched by Tweak, and I actually think that Bullet should maybe even get a spine crawler or two. Just, I mean, he has the money, he has the advantage, he doesn't want to lose it, but of course he's the better player. He will know what is best for him. As we all know, this game is a game of drones, especially in ZVZ, and Bullet has a 7 drone advantage at this point, so he's raking in the cash, and well, the...
Tweak's not a problem. It was hardly ever mining from his natural. So and I don't know. Tweak has to try something else. Winners. I mean, he tried the bailing bus. He tried the full-on bailing onslaught, but that hasn't worked for him. Is there anything really he can do? I mean, he needs to either catch his opponent off guard, or try to counter-tech, or do something. But he definitely can't stay this idle. Maybe trying to go for a sneaky hidden third. Those are all options I think which he should probably be considering now.
Yeah, but I think he's very busy as Bullet takes a roughly 15 supply lead here, and well, Bullet knows that he is in a great position. Defensive Banelings being morphed here, but the roaches do very well. He has defensive Banelings himself, and let's see. Oh, the Zerglings, are they going to be caught here in the Baneling blast? Yes or no? Two defensive spine crawlers, and actually, it looks like Bullet can lose all of this right here.
And I think it was kind of a
Oh.
premature detonation by Tweak winners. He tried to, get us around
Yeah.
on the roaches, but roaches, man, they have
And
armor, they have way too much HP,
That
and
should
the
be
banelings
it.
just can't do much about it. And looks like winner is gonna, Bullet is gonna be our winner of this week once again. Tweak with a very, very viable effort, but unfortunately, he's not able to secure a win at the StarCraft 2 Weekly MENA Cup, at least not just yet.
No, not just yet, though. A second, I believe, his best finish ever, as a few more Zerglings do pop. But there's the GG, and
GG,
congratulations.
80 supply to 29. There was no hope for him. Um, is it safe to say that this was probably one of our better best of 5 finals?
Yeah, definitely. We had I can't remember the last time we had a best of 5. So thank you very much for the wonderful games, everyone. Thank you for all the guys tuning in. Stim is there in chat. I need to ask him, Stim, why did you not show up to defend your title today? Anyhow, did you enjoy today, Twidnu?
I actually enjoyed today very much, winners, and I definitely hope our viewers did the same. I do know that we have at least a few new viewers this week, so this was their first exposure to what we do every week. I hope they enjoyed it. I hope they'll be back for more. So thanks to them. I'll just call out their names really quick. It's Khalid from Qatar and Balwa, our participant from the Last Resort Cup a couple of weeks back. So kudos to them. I hope they will join us again. And winners, I'm sure you're dying to say, to
A
call out your
million
shout outs to
things,
tell
a
us
million
about a
things.
million other things. So I'll leave that for you before you can wrap it up.
Okay, so again, I'd like to thank everyone on stream, everyone in chat, and everyone who did participate in today's SC2 MENA Cup number 21. Of course, number 22 will take place same time, same day, same everything next week. So look out for the sign up page on SC2 MENA. That's our Facebook page where you find everything StarCraft 2 related happening not only in the region but internationally. So if you've got something to say, if you want to be part of the community, or if you want to support us out here, why don't you give us a like, and we will do our best to give you the best esports and StarCraft entertainment in the region. Thank you, Twidnu, for joining us. And were you aware that I casted the MENA Cup finals number 3 before the actual MENA Cup
I did
today?
s- I did
Oh,
see the tweet,
okay.
but while we were casting, so I
Sure.
didn't actually know until we started.
That's okay. It's fine. I know you were busy. You were probably driving. I don't know when you were going to be back at home, so I took the liberty. So that's going to be a weekly thing now. The MENA Cup takes place on Wednesdays, and we will cast the finals on the replays. Excuse me. The replay of the MENA Cup final will be casted on Saturdays before the MENA Cup takes place. Anyhow,
Fantastic.
so that's more content for us. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. And thanks for joining us. I hope more guys will sign up. And please, at Hattak, the Lebanese gaming website, they're doing something big. They're doing something huge, StarCraft related. And that's going to go live in about 3 to 4 weeks, as SC2 MENA has secured just about every exclusive right there is to it, and we will be part of the action. More casting, more content for you guys, and SC2 MENA, well, it's going to be big soon.
Yes, it will, and it will get bigger and bigger. Thanks you
Hmm.
very much for your effort, winners. Thanks everyone for tuning
Sure.
in, and please stay tuned as more and more things are to come. Big thanks to atahaddak.com. Please check out the StarCraft 2 page there. We are currently in the process of beta testing their system. So please join us with, what they're doing is really great for us, great for the community. Anything else you want to close off with, winners? Or
No,
I
no,
think you pretty much
just
covered everything possible.
yeah. I just said like us on Facebook, join the community, join us here on BattleNet, the SC2 MENA channel that we have. One word, make new friends and have a good time, and we do help each other. And tune in last time. Excuse me, tune in next time. God
Yeah,
damn.
got me worried there, man.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
okay. Good night, everyone, and
okay, thanks for
thanks for
watching.
watching.
Good night, everyone. Take care.